CareFinder is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With CareFinder, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at CareFinder. With CareFinder, you are assured of a secure investment.
Assalamu alaikum baringol ngali konton kale bismillah ko reke momo be kerfar jibe ka nyin tembana aladi grand bantaba programme mutanale ne bin kanale arjuma ninyi wato sita be molbe bismillah la molmi alon ko wolle ka sika nyin programme jibe ninyi wato sita molmi be gambe bandala milbe gambe jamba fla mo be ko ala baraka bake alkanyim programme no ma nyamen ko nga nka fo nyamen donc mul kana nyina ka subscribe na YouTube channel wala min kera kerfadu media ti mi alon ko nga yele kuta make dami alon kon kanna programmol beke wolto sign na subscribe ta don aling fanan kanna video like wobe mako ila bakele na dukol to mi alon kon wala ke kan na sponsor tendu ke jay bake mi lenyim programme fasa ka sembenti yande ke blodum nyim programme ko adaba kono wolem ker find dati mi alon ko ka korda wa fole ke Gambia banko kan jang CareFinder korda soto dulal belto Gambia jang na altara daw dal lafta korda la don alsa soto no je location la mialon ko abete ada bakele bari ko nga fo nyame ngela care series mialon ko e wala fintindi abijele korda lorim bandingol le nyilti mialon ko e bitale don ye korda nyen sang ye la korda chabo dila korda le nyilbe burfudle nali CareFinder call don ila nombal be tara bare kan screeno duma albe soto la le ando al si korda ni sanno le alte problem soto la je CareFinder ka loro fanankele na tra ite kene kenso ngale be buri lafta ka lo don isitano CareFinder wala ye kumandi telephone to ni gal si kachaile no balbe tara bare kan screeno dumala LG fanange tentuke jay bake kana kanyim programme fasa ka sembentu yandi aning suñu ker milialon ko bebe MFH group le ko mbafle ko thank you so much kanyim programme fasa ka sembentu yandi ila kundal be fata ne Gambia banko kan jang bin ton tebulo ni kara costarut ma fangola don ibe jala je bluba karola ila bitikol be nyobala jele LG ni suñu kere bebi jele alsitabir lan joran kendo lu sotono jele milialon ko e bal tala bi ci janna wani wati janna suo kono watare mantinya bari ni mu jorangol leti milialon ko alse muna fanno bari e kala tabirol sonde andi bakele pentirol bi jele milialon ko nali akalla bungol bala don sama ya lipa nyaawo nya ate hosla penturle milialon ko abete ata bakele alsita sanje television jaman laban television wala fanam bijele mi yalon ko nali akalla bun ko don ni momo dun don asinya bo wala bari ni mo smart television wala ti mi yalon ko si YouTube jube no je even grand Bantaba isa jibe no je woto mobe sita suñu kire wala LG yeta nyim bagas kende kendol sange tendu ke je bake oto mbafala mo be ko murtanale ne kote ke anin arjuma koten na di grand bantaba programme o mi yalon ko mol be ka sika nyim programme o le batu nin nyum wato sita pour essayer la moy ko le mi yalon ko walle nyata fala jam mbafala mo be ko ala barka bake allata nyim programme o la nyamen ale nyim programme o trust nyamen mbafala le ko thank you so much Nene welcome sorry the birthday girl welcome I'm mistakenly said Nene
I'm glad you correct me.
Yeah, I correct myself. The birthday girl.
Okay, yes.
Welcome.
And I receive it. I receive it. Indeed, I'm the birthday girl.
Yeah, of
yes.
course.
Yeah, and my birthday is always the 8th. But it runs through the whole month of October.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Because I have several people who are Octobers, in my family. I have 3 kids. My adopted kids, 3 of them are October born.
So we're going to celebrate.
Celebrate. I celebrate birthdays all the way to 31st. Even 31st, I have a birthday. So it's very, very apparent. I'm October, October is me.
I'm also October. I'm also October.
You see?
Tomorrow is my birthday. Honestly.
Oh, you 11?
Yes. Tomorrow is my birthday.
No, tomorrow is 10. Today is
10,
9.
yes.
Tomorrow is 10.
Yes.
So we are celebrated. Yalo, nyanda min kelanga special party organized.
Oh, honestly.
Why Talibu already contact na manema? Dañoo celebrate.
Wow, dañoo celebrate.
Dana di loolu moo tax
maa ngi dem man kama kunda suma ñëwee rek dañoo.
maa ngi consider pour change xarit xol bi to Talibu.
Mo consider loolu de.
maa ngi consider. Xaw mi tengu amante waaye maa ngi consider pour change xarit Anyway, so we'll celebrate tomorrow and celebrate again. Man, the 31st, I have birthdays. Very, very close people that are, all Libras. Libras. So you can see, boo xoolee nit ki rek ñu ne la sign and believe rek doo wonder lu tax borom mel ni mel exactly on the 1st of October suma sister bi moo ubbi month bi Fatmata Rahman Koga birthday woon la tey démba on the 8th man on the 9th Juka on the 11th Talibo then on the 11th suma beneen doom bi on the 15th suma beneen doom bi noonu lay continuer ba so ban October daal lu ma def rek nañ ma ko baalal waaw biir October lu ma def rek nañ ma ko baalal
data restaurant mento the last time jetodu
jana no be carton ne la mo
no carton no programme o kada même Casa Afrique Beje betala. Je kamale. Samole mafo de mole betarlam koma. Mole betarlam koma.
Kanya memento. Pati tije. Anyway.
Aku mana aku sistem lah. Aku ni pada berat.
Wow. At least. Kaya fa daro daw dandi mo advertisement anu da advertisement.
Saya ini berumah tangga.
Ya wow.
Anyways, dalaleen ma kàddu bi di leen jaajëfal di leen nuyu bu baax na moo Talibo Mr Bojang ak suma xariti xool bi waaw suma xariti xool bi ne moom ndeysaan moom tey nag yaram ji moom mooy loolu rek waaw waaye man suma toogee rek amul pexe Acaam waaw suma toogee rek amul pexe di nga doxal di nuyu suñ gan bu màgg gi again, another grand Friday, another grand show, and a super grand guest. For me, I must not use the word super. A grand, like huge. Why I choose to use super grand guest, and you will see who the guest is. Guest bu ko jar, guest bu ñepp bëgg dégg, guest go xamne bu waxé ñepp déglu ko. Guest bu waxé dëkk bi yëngu. So, talk leen ngeen xool kan mooy suñu guest bi, ñu am ay waxtaan, ñu am ay jàngat. am ay séddoo boo xam ne yëpp nag li ma lay wax rek du dara pour yëfi jëm kanam yëfi yokkute yëfi defar moo ñu waar li ñuy wax rek ñun Grand Bantaba godorong lañ ñun bañ ñëwee rek understand nga sa la fi rang-rang jeex sa la fi ay jixa jeex ay waxee jeex parce que ñun dañuy leeral lu nit ñi di laam-laamee ñu dinañ ko indi ñu leeral ko ngir indi rek nit ñi am clarity nit ñi seen jubluwaay mu leer defarin bi ak jëfin bi mu rafet moo ñu fi tax a toog kon tey ñu indil leen ges bu maaga boo xam ne di ngeen ci kontaan suñ yaakaar parce que yéen ñëpp da ngeen ko bugg a di dégga di nuyu suñ technicien si everybody else si biir kër Fatou jël nuyoo bi nag taaj ko ci loxo borom kër gi muy Fatou Touré ne ko mu séddalal ma ko ñëpp moom mi nga xam ne ndeysaan di ko ñaanal rek fanam de saawaan di baawaan ngir ku baax la ku tey la ku bugg a nit la te fonk liggéey mboolem kuy liggéey rek moom dina jege wante ak yow suñ seetaankat yi nag moom dama leen ne tey duma leen wax dara lu mooy ne sit back relax and just receive a lot will be given kon di leen wax jërëjëf bu baax
thank you so much Benny of course dama dembe ko la bayo
bayo jam fata
ave South Korea le bi
den lafta men fulay dro je manke birkamati de adu anala chairman ni wafu nda amra jemu birkamal adu fillal
ñewe kondo ani gambianol fanam bi
gambianol fanam bi
mi yalon ko ibe doku kende ballaji
okay
lanka wol konto ngani lamin wol ye tournament o play ji fang itolle gagner nem sanje fula njangoti
okay
african bankol mil baby je mil yalon ko tata nyini dirola je ka tournament o play gambiano le awi last year this year
fana itolle awi
definitely
okay
so be congratulate
minister of sport nyanda jibere kele la ko
yes ngana fenko nga selection o kije
okay yeah definitely yeah buba abaraka bake ambe afala mole ko juma mubarak nata ko take mabita juma do franto alama mabela juma jamala dron ko min ka duwa nyame
yes
mbe mol konto na men ka programme ni jibe ani men farankana mabe programme ni to mbal be konto na kalten tu kal jay bi fanan mabeta bi jumoto namo ba konto na bake ba fula happy birthday butum fanan tabe silo kan now butum be mobe konto na dronke tentu ke jay na lun tambal men fanan bi jang ablay ba konto na bake honorable MC Cham ba konto na ka tentu na lun tamba fanan mi yalon ko nga suto jang ba konto na dina tan lale nyaato dumandi bar ngalo na mamanta dro banko be balon nal ko alhamdulillah bi ni londi tiolo fanan be sirin jam bi teng technicien ol men be bi jambal be konto na kal tentu kali jay men kan jibe halisay be tentu ni jayro sambalal kan kandu after the program mo jamal le kan kol la programme mo diata nye bage ni men franka ben silol kan wol fanani ndel kake say yata nyame ngaji say fana mol kake say yata jere
mo celebrity
hani trafic ko ni bije dron mol be ñu kumandila mo ga men fawn kalam lo yo boda bedata sunta ben dro wala ñinti ko ino grand Bantaba ni ala impact menti dro wala ñinti ko si kacha mol franci la miracle fo comme men ka comment lafta ya maro dumande ne kala comme ñone ndirti je awa ño jalayti je banku kuolam so ni nga ke ño jalayoti men diate be me bole kala bare abo bu kake hormoti bi mandar particulier bar sama sitar no particulier no kada drong ka ñinale men nanan tambitan tema ndeni dolbe president Adam Barrow no ma mette momento saye ni be ñobulu kunu ni mandar ñobulu bi fanan nindol be kunu nindol be ñobulu bi te fanan nol mantar ñobulu yo politiko ñi ngata mam bitin bla soto permanently kamunda ko dron damen diati dron police fonko ñi jemo ñi natu wonyal yo
wala nyanto
kana ñone ni social media ñi kono kana ño doya we are all one Gambia so ibajala ko be programme o diand la baratul farana opinion comme alisa sa fenan kar ñi même foten te amira ñinam somebody will learn it from there yo ban ni nga ke ñoo durati bajala sometimes from isi kuma kendo nati ni moy la safero ji fangate ate yibe la fam because bajala ko you are used to ka kuma kurun fo so lafta jibe lale ani men ka comment sectional unito lafta pro ngaje ka foko pejo nyeke ay discipline soto ay mana soto ko ma ndul ka tar jang betulunna be chochola ñokunna don sin kuma di safo bay tini la mo kuno al be wuru na ñokunna safo dan tawala to
dan tawala to de
bar ni janjanta we are friends we are everything so wala be ko ñini ko ngal kontom bake kamo be tentu kamul jay bar buba mbe Minister of Women Affairs kontona en chubo menje mfon le nyin karabula ndefan
ede la kara
defan hano ndefan le ya karabula
karabula okay ka dada ronye
so ntata mabe ta training bla defana nga mama dije
okay
ye kiang musol ye tele training na kiang west e ka fo me kabilo bama c'est project so ye musol nindi nyine la nyin akada made in kiang
so this is made in kiang
yeah but the fond le nyin
alman feare made in body wunya da soto
so ni moldu ndanyi sifalto lumbina sila hani chubol men ke bondi Mali it's just a matter of color rek
color la
so ni ay kada expert to je nka men sanjam Mali ngi nati jang be wafla nyuma jan 17,000 15,000 found sa da no jan so kambala be women's bureau la project ko nyimbe konton na fat sinol ni minister Famba be konton na keten to fat kid
yeah definitely thank you so much Talibo Ablay
assalamu alaikum be amala be konton na jang aning gambe Bantaba nalun tamba konton na sister sol membe bija nene Talibo MC ifama buba entaka fatu be gambe no be konton na mbe duwala alaye sonia ke melbe mu nyaton ko amen ise gambia jeno ala se fego dilela eno anilla fo ka gambia samba nyanda tara dame it will not be the normal greeting, it will be a bit long if you really would permit.
Yeah, it's okay.
The Costa Road market is a problem.
It's a big problem.
But we need to commend the job of some police officers who even after duty will come night and have attire just to prevent the boys from loitering. You also have boys like, Lanjasi, a lot of them. In fact, some dog squads, including former IGP, the son would come from closing, will come up to one, have attire. Because
that place is a problem.
It's terrible. They will take your phone and even tell you, pay us 200, then we give you your SIM card back. Oh, it's happening. That's where I am, so I know. And the boys we've mobilized, they're doing a great job there.
Very good.
They will leave their homes, instead of having attire at home, now they'll have attire at those spots. This is what they're doing. And that is not only us. You have PIU officers and other people who will close and come. Because they live there, they know what is going on. So sometimes communities, we have to come and help the government or, in
community to help ourselves.
But then ultimately the government also should do something about it.
Yeah, but anti-crime fund kada ikana jila but wodula nyanta fenkelale nyanta deployment jamale kelale. They will say, I think it was even last week nga musodo taraje yola kodo nala mobile bele bonde la bako.
Yalla ntida mama.
Wobe slore na be kumbola. Baso fon da bula be sele nyame. So anu was jamal leka kije. You control ka jele use every day ninga say. So Costa Route nyanta je fenkelale. And also na mano mambere asai. Alima ko na mano mambere. Alima ko ali je.
Sandol ka konton sinyafla. Ni tammi do mano lay ka kongol.
Mano mambere.
Abla sise ngajira be comment kala.
Abla sise wa follow kan. Definitely nyante tare ala because ni one thing ibn amin spend na je wala be gana si ala fana ba. So ye mol ma ko MC welcome.
jërëjëf Bouba maa ngi laa gërëm bu baax di ndokkale suma xaritu xol bi teel a ba dem bi foog naa ne isi naa kéeg de wala
kéeg bi rëy na de kéeg bi rëy na ko kéeg bi rëy na gis ne
amul dara ma ngaa mën a wax de isi naa kéeg de
kéeg bi rëy na
Adaribu
yaa ngi campagne de
dula muna replace
duma replace
dula muna replace
do
mashallah
waaw ñi ngay gërëm ñëpp di ñaanal neena yalla ko célébrer at bari
amen
yalla barke njabootam bi ñëpp fekkee di nuyu itam suma brother Talibo ak Mr Ablaye foog naa Ablaye woon na fi lu am solo te vraiment ko doon waxtaan moo demee Sénégal kon bu nekk dafa gis ay soldats ay police yi taxaw ci checkpoint yi because léegi Sénégal sax am na soo doxee guddi sax amuloo ay dikkaa sax laa téye man mii gars yi téye na ma foofu jox sama génn pour dem jënd reer ñu ooma ana sa ID card ma ne
si waxuloo ko fii de
waaw ma ne man gan laa de man xam kon ñun fii ay ID card la nii ñu ne ma nga am pour dugg si moto bi kon ñu négocier ba ngay bàyyi
loolu xibaar la
loolu kenn nekk news
si kan su arrêté
dal la ma Sénégal léegi moo fa nekk léegi ay 12 o'clock
Talibo nga sénégal nga ko ñu ko ta Sénégal yi ta bondi
dara ma gëna ko ci nii
waaw accès sama ID card
ñoom de so uniforme de ñoom seen normal wala nga toore ñu bi wër la dañ la wër ne en sa pièce
so easy
waaw lii war naa mën a am Gambia parce que Gambia comme ay airport ay Johnson yi naka fii sugra traffic light area yooyu ñu war a am police yi ñu fa taxaw
definitely yes
because sama Gambia fu ñu jàng am loo fu ñu jàng ñu nekk suñu police yi mooy crime moom pour ñu téel la ko lu yomb la
non loolu yomb la definitely loolu kay
Gambia nga gis fii nga rey fii léegi may ko benn 1 hour 2 hour police téel la
waaw suñu paree su nga paree def
fu nekk laa ko def
moom
ak nu ma agis government bi boobu dama ko nangul gars yi
yes definitely
waaw boobu moom soo déggee coow léegi ñu ne xew na nii mais leen benn 1 hour nga xool léegi ay téegu
definitely yes
so dafa nit ne ñun tam comme lu ko kii waxee gis naa ne community bi di bokk na ci tam
waaw community policing la rek
dafa important waaw soo gisee lu nga xam ne itam nga report ko because tam ni ki dox si mbee da nga ko baagam jël xaalisam jox ma 200 ma jël la SIM card loolu wata am xam nga nañ dem ñu liggéey ñi daan seen moo gën doo nit ki looy ñaxa moo gën yow looy jël si nit waaw so adami dee loolu dafa ñaaw so ni ngay gërëm ñëpp tam ñuy seetaan programme bi tey moom foog naa ne gan buñ am tey bokk na si history si tarifi Grand Bantaba moom mooy di force
second minister
bu toog fii waaw kon loolu bokk na si tarif bu nga xam ne Grand Bantaba ànd yu ma ko de seetaan démb rek am na ku ma kool mu ne dafa dajee yow Westfield si welcome suñu parti leader bi mu ne ñi ngay jow xam nga kii Talibo mu ne gars yi ne waaw xarit Talibo mu ngi ne la so am na ku ma ko démba so mu ne ma dee gis boo gaañ wéra ñu yuuxu ne mooy waaye Talibo bi so kon dëkk pour gars ñu ma ko de seetaan waaw ñëpp man su ma jabar sax mu dafa dem siyaatu tam toog du ko si benn kër saar rek gis gars yi ñu ngi toog fu kër ni nga seetaan
programme bi
so mu ne am na mu ngi seen programme yi ko egg na fi léegi ba léegi kër ñu fay toog léegi di ko seetaan so kon loolu moo laa woon ne comme li ñu wax fii mooy liggéey réew la waaw ñëpp mënun ànd si benn mbir ba ala bi de si nañ ko jaarale si yoon waaw because si ñëpp indi bi mooy jaami réew mi because suñ doom yi suñ jarbaati suñ ñëpp fii la nekk si réew mi so kenn bëggu réew mu taaka kenn nekk bëgg nga réew mu yokk because opposition bi programme am mooy joxe ma réew mi mooy ma dem si développement loolu im parti bi ne développement la so andi bi dañ yëpp benn la so comme lu ko taali bu waxee la tey mun neen ñàkk a ànd ëllëg mun neen ànd because gis nañ ko fi démb rek maa ngi ko wax si suma forum bi ma ne fu Karim Wade ak Macky Sall war a nekk coalition kon lu jar a bàyyi xel la lu jar a bàyyi xel la waaw wala sax ba léegi ñoom ñaari kii moo ko jéer kii moo ko yóbbu exact te léegi ñoom ñoo bokk benn coalition pour national assembly élection so kon loolu dafa jar a bàyyi xel la nga yu ñu wax léegi suñu politique bi because ëllëg mun neen ànda waaw wala suñu nekkee tey yaa ngi jëm kii xeet di ko xas mun loo saaga kii di ko xas ëllëg nga ne kaay ànda mën dina jafe de so kon loolu yëpp jar a bàyyi xel la waaye ni ngay gërëm ñëpp di la woon ne Gambie moom dëkk bu ndaw la parce que kenn ku nekk am na gis-gisam si réew mi so yooyu yëpp nañ ko jaarale si yoon rek wax suñu xalaat waaye taxul tam noonu réew leen déedéet dama gëm ne opposition dañ ko war di dooleel si réew because opposition bu strong si réew dafa baax
loolu dëgg la
waaw waaye soo amee opposition dafa weak amul doole ada bi dee loolu baaxul si réew baaxul si government bi sax because nguur am na mel mu ngi si nguur bi lu bëri ñu fa nekk lu laa loo bëgg a dégg loolu laa wax bon opposition ni moo laa wax ne defal nii jëlal lu baax si lu bon li nga xam ne nga sànni ko rek ada bi dee ñu bu réew bi si kanam jërë ngeen
thank you so much MC mi na bayo kara wala Kamsos creation ti ala kumandi on 2410641 2410641 Kamsos creation be costaro gara so korotole nal dunda korota dongal beje la bat nale akumandi nyin number nga min faale tenti number be WhatsApp le alwa so no la WhatsApp wala ale message o ki WhatsApp aba la bayol karala le nal be gambe jang nal be gambe ban telefona sala Of course, Bayol Karanole Puru aya key. But wale mala number 2410641. Ko nene MC will be afunyam drum being a lunta wa bin soro. Of course, I'm Honorable Minister I tell him Minister follow the minna on the Grand Bantaba. Of course, mo jamal tambita yes, it's covering.
No te nane parce que su gisee Honorable Minister wax kontaan na waaw even barki demba sax waaw
definitely nga Honorable Minister atele the Minister of Higher Education ninku mu karangola santon ko atele a marajang Gambia banko kanjang nga nati pour mol na kacha nana kilo ba kanyu jillo kun tambila announcement o ketale nonko USHET university GTTI mi alon ko ya fali ne ka ke university di sign ila dokula ila staff sol e min foy ko mantra contending bearing ila performance allowance e ma dila working another sit down strike ninku mo sitale manson ka karandiro ke nabe o kachala le naba kachala fanang about la ministry la ko bari mo jamal bi jele fanang milliard lon koy content ala do ko la bari dol bi jele milliard lon koy ko munatina university siata University of the Gambia mi alon ko wala bijang e koy mang e ma wal sembenti andi baki bari nyimbe be kala kullet mi alon ko na ba kachala so nga of course I'm honorable Prof Pierre Gomez nga tele sodo dalal welcome.
Jërëjëf thank you Bouba thank you very much kontaan naa trop pour ñëw fii bu ma xoolee
yes
at any time like you know you need me I'm available because I'm paid by taxpayers you know by taxpayers and it's a responsibility so dañ ma dénk rek benn responsibility so I have to explain lañ ma dénk naka laa ko
definitely so I have to come there bu ma ko callee about this protest daf ma ne they have a management so ma ne ko ne okay but I'll call you back pour ñu arrange interview he called me back moom si boppam mu ne ma ne if you are okay we can go ahead with the interview moom si boppam mu ma call so bariwul si minister yoo xam ne they do that call la you call the person for an interview moom si boppam mu callaat la back mu ne la ne if you are ready we can go ahead with the interview I'm ready to do it if you're going to talk about the ministry we have resolved this problem but we can still talk about it to be honest and I thank you for that yes definitely yes to be honest yes and I definitely thank you for that yeah yes and yeah honestly yes definitely and I definitely appreciate that buma calling na feka may nelo ma joko a very wrong time a very wrong time you know well honorable thank you so much for coming accommodate the time definitely
so it just speaks of the individual you know am na yeneen nit ki jaru ñu wax la ko waaye jëfinam ak interaction am yow rek moo la wan moom mooy kan
exactly yes that is
contalibo
no thank you very much once again Bouba kontaan nañ trop pour jox ñu this opportunity to come and you know you have that conversation with our brothers and sisters starting with my sister wax na mu ngi celebrate birthday ak bi so dégg nañ ko so gis ne c'est whole month ñoom Talibo and the October month people so wish you happy birthday
thank you
ak Talibo ñaanal leen tamit yàlla jox leen tawfiq ngeen mun a continuer tamit di contribute your quota to this country beautiful country called the Gambia so this I know yoo xam ne dañoo taxawal seen réew dafa am solo trop so we want to thank you and wish you all the best yàlla jox leen tamit good health and you know and then have prosperity also di nuyu tamit small brother mo fekk fi Ablaye Bojang and brother MC so gis naa ne da ngeen ko dee tooñ sometimes I have the honor to be here with him and also use the opportunity nuyu tamit borom kër gi suma sister Fatou Touré also jigéen ju mun góor di tamit kontaan naa trop waxoon naa ko fi bala ñoo start ma ñëwee fii ma gis ay xale ñoom ñoo nekk in charge the youths are the one in charge di yore caméra yi and all the technical work góor ak jigéen te lii dafa dañ nekk di def loo xam ne man as a professor soo ma joxoon léegi nga ne ma defal ko du ma ko mën a def waaw xam naa dinañ ci xuus but just to wan ne lii ñoo def nii lii Tibet technical vocational education training boo xam ne moom la gaa yi nekk di def xam nga so lii mooy jëmal réew kanam waaw di nga gis ne ñoom nu ñoo manager these gadgets nuñ ko usee suñ paree nuñ ko éditer and all that it is really Tibet dañ am special skills moo tax nag pour ñu mën a develop foog ñu allow energy to liberate the energies not to stifle them ku nekk loo mun allow la nga def loolu noonu waaw bi nga gis ne tey fii nii with the professor with the minister ñu ko higher education léegi ñu moo def ñuy xale bii ni di def góor bi jigéen bi di def ministre bi the professor mënu koo def waaw so it's important ñuy xool yii nii te développement nag lii moo koo demal moo ko jëmal si kanam so I know si kanam dinañ gën a wax everything on education man any silent ma ooyee rek when it comes to my area that is education I'm always ready su nekkee other areas la yooyu moom because xaw ma si dara so xam nga di ma loo xamul tamit waaye comme que education la moom I'm always ready and good or bad wherever we make mistakes we are available so ñun tamit ñu explain xam nga so because loolu lañ fi nekk waaw ba di leen di gërëm thank you very much for this opportunity and it's an honor and a privilege to be here yes dama leen di follow tamit not only those in America and abroad you know so man tamit dama dee follow.
Thank you so much.
So I'm very very grateful to be part of this project.
Thank you so much. Yes, so Prof, you started si universities yoo xam ne dafa mel ni am nañ léegi teachers university am nañ of course civil service also so ñu bari tamit génn na ñu wax ne why do we need these universities li ñu nekk di wax moo nekk ne at the University of the Gambia they still have problems yoo xam ne they are yet to be solved. Why do people think we need more universities in the Gambia?
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been following some comments here and there. So from different corners, you know, is their opinion. So and it should be respected. I Gambians, and they have it. You know, we coming from academia, and academia means that divergent views. So man, the way I'm wired, more I should expect somebody to disagree with me. And in my class, I encourage people to challenge what I say. Because Manlumawa is not from the Bible, neither from the Quran. So it is subject to scrutiny. So when we now occupy the public space, it's open to public scrutiny. People know what really. What is important is we demale the basic. Is the then aga for hamne jamono day dox. So su doxé nak da nga wara jema xol what to do. For a long time since 1999 am na University of the Gambia dox na ñam mom bañ accès fu nekk ni gis ngeen ne nag buñ demee ba accès level bi ni nak we try to push so xolé ci last years ni dañ push torop to deliver Faraba and the reason why you deliver Faraba is to really support the University of the Gambia. So ñene suñu wax ne tamit joxuñ dara University of the Gambia dañuy faté dañ maybe xamuñ di yow man Khalibo Ablaye MC and my sister ñoom ñaata lañ fa dugal xam nga Faraba rek su paree rek dina dem bi romba 100 how to call it million dollars. No, so do the conversion in Dallas. 100 lo xam ne romba da 100 million su dee ñu pare ak Faraba 100 million dollars nga convert ko into Dallas loolu ñaata la si Gambian money loo xam ne UTG regular. UTG regular. And there are many things, scholarships. You know, some few years ago, three years ago, 4 years, UTG just sent scholarships here. Like you have the government over $150 million. You fake or cash at that time. You know, recently, I mean, then they can be 33 million. You know, because cash living there. You have to find them. So we are investing. Then also even the bosses, I'm not Nicola, maybe if possible. The boss in your students.
Well, boss you students.
Students. Yeah. How much students you get pay $10? You know, imagine kind of thing, be Faraba. You pay $10. You get
is it to and fro?
Yeah, 10 to go, 10 to come back.
So it's $20.
$20.
per trip.
Yes, but you government you get pay over 33 million.
That is every?
Yeah, last year, that's 33 million.
33 million.
Wow. So, legi, so what that's not a problem.
That's one. So look at the Monica regarding the staff you find, because still now university is through the tuition fee. They make the fire staff, and the government they couldn't the university that has boham you go fire staff. So a lot of people are saying, "Luta, send ministry they advocate law for government be new fire university at least the new university with that short pension boham they muna fire staff rather you depend on only the how do you call it the tuition fee you have you go collect at the university."
No. Maybe you understand it. This is no just tuition fees lah.
Yes.
But
their staff go fine. You get fine staff.
No. Government they get AML universities. My scholarship you get.
That is scholarship.
I'm coming because what happened? I'm just explaining the reality.
Okay.
So then they these tuition fees you on the government you go pay. More those millions. Okay. One then go pay. Then be more now subvention. Every month, Gambia government deny your UTG to $2 million.
Is that not small?
No, it's too enough. I agree with you. Left to me, more.
Okay.
You get it? And you swing plan, there's a document they call it. We brought experts, you know, from the UTG Research Directorate and other scholars from other countries, other universities. They work in that document, even from Ohio University, work with them. We develop what is called sustainable financing of higher education. Hopefully, roll out our strategies, how to finance higher education. Hopefully, then propose even for government to amend the funds to take care of the basic salaries of the staff. Then, you guys are from the tuition fees and other research and consultancies for them to pay the allowances and so on. But it is what is proposed in the document. See that document, then propose this for the first time for us to have the student revolving scheme, okay, student loan scheme, the tertiary and higher education trust fund, then the research and innovation fund. So you have spoken actually all is geared towards supporting tertiary and higher education. Low line nyakadida pour dire and nyata yuma jota wax ni yep. NACA, National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, which is the technical arm of the Ministry of Higher Education, or a clear you them cabinet approved then you would go to the National how to call it Assembly. So Roman first reading, Roman second reading, now waiting for the third reading. So you have book and asilo hamlet you dimbale the funding of higher education. Why now the question that you've asked regarding why we should go and come up with other stuff. If we have time, we'll be able to explain and everybody will now understand the justification.
Okay.
We'll now, if I just take one example, or you can choose any one of them.
I will get, but regarding this 2 million that you're giving to the university, now you advocate for government New Yorker this 2 million. You admitted that is small, right?
Not only I'm saying it is small, I've already stated and put it in writing in a document called Sustainable Financing of Higher Education. I'm saying, when I'm calling for the stoppage of the subvention. You stop the subvention of 2 million and so. I'm saying for us to take over the basic salaries. So taking over the basic salaries, then it means now they're going to receive far more than 2 million. And that will give them, but you see, I want to have a system where, because they're going to have 3 to 4 times what they are currently getting. If we go for the basic salary, okay. That's what the data is showing. Because we got their payroll, okay? And now know how, if we have to do that, how much it will cost. Okay, so they're going to get 3 to 4 times what they are getting now. But the other thing also is that will help us to proper manage, and the university also to do the same thing. It means also government, that is especially public service and the Ministry of Higher Education, Finance, will also have a say on the personnel, so that you will not be employing anyhow. There will be proper planning. Because it has budgetary implication. Because you National Assembly, for now the salaries of these people at the University of the Gambia. So tomorrow, some other personnel here and there and so on. They have to take a lot of the plan. So what you will be able to alert the system well ahead of time. Next year, we will need to have this and that number of people to do X, Y, and Z, so that they go so right, so budget be, and so on. Then so that's what we are saying, but we are heading towards that. At least no one. This system now agreeing on the loan scheme for the first time, agreeing on the tertiary and higher education trust fund, agreeing on the research and innovation fund. Then we see there's money the basic salary to take over that we are, because of because Halis vitamin push for everything at the same time. And I need to understand though we have that passion to really serve, but we will be we'll just push it.
So before you continue with the universities, the other problem language to the Monica boss you're the student. I understand they are being don't start being Monica bossy Nindoi and student doing a problem. Why muje just Monica and student they having problem. They just I hate you they are class sometimes they delay for 1 hour, some 30 minutes. You receive a lot of reports about that. You have they happen. So what is exactly what a problem? They have motor you or what is the problem?
Well, what happened is I just need to clarify, because you see, for many years, maybe nobody haven't go. You have the neck on UTG. For many for a long time, students they gave them faraba. Because so holy faraba. Bala you wanna move to the campus now. I'm some buildings, Italy. So probably they old faraba. So I'm lectures for especially those from arts and sciences, and that is especially physical and natural sciences. They gave them the lectures for the strategy was you have to find your way to become the Gambia collect. Then so I gave for UTG boss who transport the Yobola Faraba. There's a timetable. So we say boss, you find your way. Let them say garage. Now I'm getting for Gilly.
No melon before.
For many years.
Okay.
I can say that
was school move
2010.
Was the Bena school move on at the time? Oh
no, I'm not in school. By the way, in 2010, Silan start they use around that time. Silan start they use Faraba around that time. Last year, Bunyo this now the major move to Faraba, the exodus, right?
Yeah.
Since that time, you don't them Faraba. Nobody haven't gone. But this was the plan. So then they lectures for Funono and so on. And everybody find their way. Amunyon Ben school bus, 2010 and so on. The reason why this time around, you in school bus, the government dafa Japan, because of the volume of students, ni wara dem fofu non. Maybe gele you nekk ci garage du mut. Xam nga pour mëna yobbu everybody. And legi dafa pare tamit amanguñ dormitories fofu non. So we need to come up with a strategy to see how to alleviate, help, wàññi the number of people ñoo xam ne dinañ nekk di rush for the so moo tax nag léegi ñu ne okay we will go for at least 20-25 buses with GTAC. Okay, there were different options. Option one is new government regional bus for the University of the Gambia. Okay, we know some other people that was their option.
Yes.
Hunger. I know, and I know also, and we all know that some people are not happy that we did not buy buses and give them to the University of Gambia because our position.
But you think that was the best option?
No. I'm coming from the University of Gambia, as you know.
Yes.
I know that that's not their job. Their job is to teach. Their job is not to drive vehicles, buses, and to repair buses. Young UTG, when their buses have breakdowns, then could they use GTAC? Or you call GTAC, you know, sometimes so far or sometimes that's what happened. So, legi you what call you jail, toko what call you GTAC, or there's another one, this health riders for health, you know, but most of the time GTAC. So now, somewhere now, I'm not yon bo hamne dafa dem ci yalla. So, but then balama def munga jaar si buba. But there's a way bo hamne straight to madam si yalla. I prefer going straight to God than passing through buba before I reach God. So,
and that is using GTSC.
Because GTSC they are specialists in that. They have vehicles, and some vehicles they can repair. They have pool of drivers. Tomorrow, Bufekene MC, who is the driver of that bus, will make. Because I'm not a backup. Because soon, let's say I'm 20 drivers, you get them. I'm not some other drivers, you talk. They are, in case there's a problem, for them to now come on board. Little more funny. As you know, government, the way government works, sometimes they am hale sisas, but because GTAC is also government, so munenya wahag am arrangement guy, they will go ahead. Then later you fail, and that's what they did. And I want to use this opportunity to thank sincerely thank the management of GTAC, especially their general manager, Mr. Kani, and also his team. Really, sooner kutonyam. Didn't don't have problem. Yes, nobody then you thank Prof Gomez and so on. But I want them to thank also, and that is GTAC, because when things were very, very tough also, they did not wait for government to give them the money you fail and you were fail. Then after they will do the reconciliation with Ministry of Finance. Okay,
but don't you think the low more like get nekadi am problem because all the GTSC anga ñom tamit business lañ nekadi def fa am xaliss. Okay, send bossy maybe they will use it for different things. Am na ñu xamne ñu ngi dem Dakar and other places. Why so can university government jëndon na certain boss yo xamne they are for the university. Comme noko way is not their area, but is nañ government institution yo xamne am nañ ay moto. Suñ pané dañ ko dé mëna yobbu ñu repair and they use it again. So if there were specific buses you have, it's meant for the university and on drivers. Don't you think delay do they because come student it have 1 hour, 2 hours, bus do they know?
We are dealing with students. Students can be very nice with you today. But tomorrow, being a mistake, boy, they will finish.
Yes,
so me, I'm speaking from experience. I just give you an example, and this is the fact. UTG, I'm on 8 buses.
Okay.
But there was a particular time just to go to Faraba. these buses could not move from Brikama, that's Gambia College, to go to Faraba. And you know why? Because there was no fuel. How much fuel? Just across the road. GNPC living. You have 8 buses. You know that you're supposed to go to Faraba. Why the request wasn't done at the right time? And so just to for people to come, lecturers and students knew that boss we move or boss is move because there's no fuel. So
okay,
remember I was dean for the School of Arts and Science for 10 years. I know this situation. So these are experiences. So that by the way, in life, I'm dealing with human beings. And at any given time, they can feel me. So whatever I do, they invoke plan B. So Bukuma at the Madembe Agafen and Agassi Junction, do what to do. Whether I should go left or go right. I'm going to when I'm going on. So my failure I invoke. Even the Faraba one. That's the issue. When we reach that level and notice that we are going hitting the wall, then my invoke plan B, and maybe that's not the opportunity for today to discuss. But this is what we do. You see, you don't have suralene. Things might fail along the way. When it fails, what to do? Because Gambians will not have that time to listen to you, to explain to them why it fails. Because you are there. They just want to see the results. They don't want to hear about why, this is Filaharijar, this and that. So that's how it works. So therefore, because GTAC is there, they have the possibilities to do it even when we don't have the money. They sometimes, because of the funds you receive from finance, so it's better you buy, you operate after we do the reconciliation with the Ministry of Finance, then they will pay them. So that's what they are doing, and that's helped us. Yeah, and last year, just for your info, throughout last year, that's the space that they gave us. They use their own funds and to operate, and then later we'll now do the.
How many buses they use to transport?
20 to 26 buses.
26. But any plan for your buses for students?
No, I have to be fair with. I told even today the student president that we will not really this time around increase any buses. Because remember, this is per annum, it is costing all of us 33 million. 33 million mooy xaalis boo xam ne waroon nañ koo jox somebody else pour jox ko paracetamol feel ko hospital or whatever. Loolu lañ jël pour jox ko gars yi. Dañ koo def pour ease up this situation. But xaalisi Gambie yëpp duñ ko mun a jox yóbbu yëpp teg ko benn place. Ku nekk dañ laa ñamal. So at least this is what we can give. And by the way, this is more than what government is spending for the junior and secondary school buses at primary and senior. Which means dama de touch guys, sama de xam nga yeen ci university yeen nek sen papa yi and so.
Yes.
Yeen Gambia government is paying on you people more than what Gambia government is paying on your kids. Because it should have been the other way around. Because xalé yi ñom ñoy am problem for transportation. But papa yi la ñoo gëna fail because we are ñu ngi leen di jox 33 million when ñële is far less, close to half of that amount. Okay? But pare tamit yeen air condition buses la leen jox. So where ñeneen ñi loolu amuñ. So you see affaire si daal but same time la seen wërsëg la. Xam nga nekkul time ñoom MC ak so. Why we give it to them.
Okay. So the other problem bu gaay nekk di complain at the university is lecturers yu fa nekk. They've accused you and one taro of bringing foreign lecturers, teg leen si kaw Gambian lecturers yu nekk at the university. Is this true?
You see, in an academic setup, you cannot entertain xenophobia. A real academic will not think like that. Because academia is an open space. Open space. Ham lenyowa. Wow. So not because you're Gambian or you're Nekulo Gambian and so. Do you have what it takes? No more am solo. If you have what it takes, then no problem. And Ben and Bimoy. You see, in a university, dafa am systems dafa am guidelines you get the point am na yenn programmes yoo xam ne doo fa mun a jàngale te amuloo yenn qualification ma jox la benn exemple boss master's degree or before that su fekkee ne da ngaa jàngale BA or BSc the laws of the land says that you must have a minimum of master's degree with thesis loolu mooy lii pour nga mun a tig if not loi Gambia dafa aaye kenn mu war a tig ci university BA or BSc level te fekk amul master's degree with thesis that's number one loi Gambia tamit dafa aaye koo xam ne da ngaa jàngale at master's level ay students yoo xam ne ñu ngi def masters ngay jàngale gaay te yow amuloo PhD in other words système bi dafa ne yow sooy jàngale da nga war a am maxama boo xam ne is higher than yow ñooy jàngal waaye yow doo war a am the same qualification boo xam ne yow ñooy jàngal loolu nga am lu waa Gambie moo ko wax xam nga and that's the system in other places also beneen bi tamit yaa ngi am ay PhD so sooy jàngale tamit.
But are we not having any Gambians that are having these qualifications at the university?
No, I'm just coming.
Okay.
dama la jox rules yi ba pare na ma wax la the reality.
Okay, go ahead.
So beneen bi mooy tamit soo amee ay PhDs. So PhDs tamit baax na those with PhDs and some years of experience. Loi allow na leen tamit pour ñu mun a tig ñu lecture those doing PhDs. But also loi bi dafa ne you cannot run a PhD program without having certain and even master's program without having certain professors. Dafa am da nga war a am some ñoo xam ne dañ war nañu nekk professors ñeneen nekk associate professors then nga am ñeneen ñoo xam ne PhD lañ senior lecturers and so on and so forth. Lii la loi bi wax léegi nag what happened moo nekk ñun majority of the staff at the University of Gambia xam nga ñoom di master's degree holders lañ majority xam nga master's degree holders lañ so léegi through the Faraba Banta project xam nga Faraba bi xam nga yenn construction bi ngeen gis the schools, the faculties, and so on, you learn build. But there was also other component, you know, a soft component, that is training. Halis, then among Halis, then send some lecturers to other countries, to Nigeria, to Malaysia, and other places, put them jangi at PhD level. You know, yep jehal nañ ñu delu ci xam nga ñu nekk di serve now at the University of Gambia. A good number of them foofu lañ train. Gambia government through that package ñoo leen train. And then also am na ñoo xam ne other opportunities. But the problem buñ am mooy the more ngay dem ci kaw bari wuñ ñoo xam ne ñoo fa nekk let's say ay professors. You get the point. Gambian si bari wuñ. Man time bu ma nekk Deputy Vice Chancellor academic and even acting Vice Chancellor. You could not at the end University of the Gambia du mënuloo compter 5 Gambian professors. In fact, I would say mënuloo compter more than 3. At that time bu ma nekk Deputy Vice Chancellor when I was coming forward and you were functioning mënuloo compter more than 3 professors Gambians. Wow. So léegi loolu soo ko amee waaye nag the majority yaa am na ñu bëri ñoo xam ne nag léegi ñibbisi nañ with PhDs.
PhD, okay.
Yéen a sax si diggante bi tamit am na ñoo xam ne nag léegi nekk nañ associate professors. After that. Xam nga so léegi because ñun ñoo nekkoon the first batch. Okay ñun ñoo nekkoon the first batch of senior lecturers. Okay during the Norwegian Vice Chancellor Steigen. Okay, then ñoo nekkoon also the first batch of associate professors. Okay, then during the Anjum's time and even bukki di ñëw naka la tuddaat the Egyptian guy, and then later during Anjum's time, you know, now the professors and so on.
Okay,
Even though Kini, si Gambian si, Prof Nyan mo ubiyon give.
Okay,
You
but
get
if they
so
come back with
that
this,
was the issue.
Soon you say with this qualification, yeah, if soon you say legi, you've admitted that legi you bari nyipsin with these qualifications. Don't you think that you want to prioritize Gambians here at the university? Then, if they have these qualifications, puru tier plus here.
Well, I will explain. So, but Dangma may clarify because you nationality because the Nigerians, these are technical assistants, and for more ñom sen salaries, Gambia ko fay. Nigerian government ñoo nekk di fay all the tag volunteers yoo gis fii nii yëpp ñoo nekk di fay gars for dañ fi nekk for 2 years. 2 years yi suñ jeexee they have to go. And ñun suñ make a request they send another batch or sometimes exceptionally ñu jox an extension of 1 year pour gars yi toogaat and so after the ñu dem ñeneen ñi ñëw. So Nigeria ñooy fay. The only thing that the Gambia does suñ ñëwee is to take care of their accommodation, then nga jox leen their local transport. That's what we pay. Te loolu noonu they romba ay benn 15,000 la and so on and so forth. That's they don't get anything. Contrary to, because so waree imagine now nga am all these professors léegi nga war leen a fay from the salary dafa métti. Gambia amuñ xaalis boobu noonu. So we have to be very strategic. So léegi nag waaye suñ ñëwee ba pare tamit léegi ñu am some leadership positions. So di nga gis ne daf dee baax tamit ñoom ñu occupy position beneen bi moo nekk léegi pour occupy a position of at the university as HOD or dean, the condition of service moom moo nekk guys said
HOD you mean head of department?
Head of department, head of division, and also dean or provost. Right now, in fact, they are supposed to do elections, Sifani, some of them. And so, definitely, you need to be a senior lecturer. Low. But then election la. School bu nekk ñooy tànn. Dañu need def elections. Léegi ñoom ku nekk nag soo leen paree ngeen toog all of them léegi ñu tànn kan lañ soxla. ñu votal. dañoo vote. School, the staff in that school ñooy vote. Léena la nag in other schools yoo xam ne amuñ somebody koo xam ne meet na the requirement sometimes the vice chancellor has the powers now to appoint somebody on an acting capacity xam nga pour mu handle that position or up to a particular period. But the issue is am na schools yoo xam ne ñoom they decide ne xam nga they will because kii nii professor la maybe benn moo fa nekk di most senior and out of respect for that person because yaa ngi am moo fa nekk professor ñeneen ni master's degree holders lañ and so on out of respect ñoom they will agree ne dañ ko bàyyee Ablaye Bojang moom mooy nekk di mu nekk di so they will give it to him.
Okay,
nga am nag am na ñoo xam ne boobu nag moom they will contest am na yoo xam ne they contested ñeneen ñu vote comme nañ dee amee elections at national level dañ dee vote léegi gars yi select somebody else and if it is that person boo xam ne moom la gars yi votal or they unanimously decided that they don't want to do any election kii la gars yi select you cannot do otherwise. That is the procedure.
Okay.
Wow.
So léegi is there any plan pour suñ university bi doomi Gambia ñu control ko ñu nekk foofu noonu I understand this professor suñ ñëwee Nigeria ni ñoo leen dee fay and it's cheap for the Gambia but da ngaa gis ne Gambian suñ nekk di complain moo nekk ne dañ bëgg a ñun tamit ñu jël suñu university bi all the top positions mu nekk Gambians and you've admitted ne some of these people ñoo xam ne ñu ngi ñëpp si léegi they have some of these qualifications okay is there any plan pour ñu gis ne léegi all these positions are occupied by Gambians we are not importing any of these lecturers in
well Lena tamit needs to be clear maybe to Gambians wax naa la ne ak school bu nekk school bu nekk pour nga head ko elections la you need to come forward. You shouldn't believe that. Come forward, then your own people.
So the Gambians are not contesting?
No, I'm coming. I'm just coming. I'm telling you, this is the rule.
Okay.
Right now, for instance, they're going to do elections. See funny.
Yes.
See funny. That's what they're going to do. Because there's a particular school that I don't want to name. I know they money on the last day for nomination.
Nomination. Okay.
You get the point. I know that what that particular school, this nane, guy, they wouldn't have a nomination, so ñaar lañ jota nominate. Xam nga ñoo am for nomination, but kenn ci moom mu ne moom bëggut.
Okay,
so the rule says ne su nomination bi su passé then léegi duñ mën a defaat beneen nomination. So it means that they are likely to have a situation boo xam ne for the dean. Do am anybody koo xam ne daf koo oppose. Because unopposed la moo nekk because then gars yi nominé ne ñaar te kenn ki moom mu ne bëggut in fact xamul sa lu tax ñu nominate ko waaw so léegi waaw because xam nga di people su ñoo ku nekk
man mun naa wax ne waaw
su la nga nominate Buuba xam nga so léegi Buuba nag su bëggee mu accept or mu turn down.
Okay.
So léegi that's what happened. So léegi the issue is pour ñu gën a mun a am more Gambians for mu nekk Gambians yi aussi ñu mun a come forward. But to come forward also is always rise up to meet the requirement. Xam nga that minimum requirement. And not only for because he dean position la but so ñëwee si DVC Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Advanced Chancellor yooyu professoral level lañ wax. You need to be a full professor.
Okay.
But to you nag pour ñëw foofu noonu and it is important for the public to know the promotions at university level, especially the University of the Gambia, ñaari level la. From graduate assistant, be senior lecturer, the promotion is done at
management level.
Yes, at management level. It starts at the school, then it comes to the management. But to run the senior lecturer, these following positions, associate professor and professor, it must be done by external assessors, which means you have to come forward and submit your dossier in line with the condition of service. And I refer them to page 40 of the condition of service, where it is clearly highlighted what needs to be done. Different kind, because they will look at your publication, they look at your your teaching, whether you are really teaching and what you are teaching, the levels and so on and so forth. Then your community service that you are doing and all that. Yep, then ko de hall. Legi nak dossier bi ni then go send to 3 different professors to 3 different universities. Ñoo xamne yow xamuloo leen ñoom xamuñ la. You get the point? So from that 3, the university needs 2 positive response. So I mean 2 really sending their report. After doing all these things, they feel that Buba should be promoted to associate professor and professor. And you hear their argument, and then they grade you based on the condition of service, the criteria. And then now, even if the 3rd one, no mom is not in support and so on, they will now call you forward. Now, for an interview, then from there now you do a process after see them be cancelled. You get it? That's internal. That mean come PhD because no longer they so defend. Balanga or for your defense. PhD time so they may benga pare. So for instance, University of the Gambia, so if they a PhD, benga pare. Then go send to 3 different assessors in 3 different universities. Pour ñom tamit ñu def their ñu read langa bina then send their reports. Report yoyu nonu nak yo la ñoo yobbu nak table ko before council. Okay. Ñoo ñu lead. So legi what am Gambians at that level, I encourage people, Lola Dan was my staff at that time, read the criteria. This is what governs you. So you cannot talk about promotion and you don't know the rules of the game. And that's why I always tell them page 40. Page 40. Then go summarize. After page 40, then they know them into details. But at page 40, they summarize everything that you need for each category. But you can also read the matter of page 40. But so read it after page 40, 41, 42, 45, they've large all the details. But page 40 of the condition of service, utility conditions, they've summarized all what you need to do to be able to move from one level to another. So I'm in a pool of Gambians. Then that's going to help for them to be able to occupy certain positions. If not, will be forced to come for, because nyom taxis, nyom dunde by the way, and that's also to their credit and it's important you work. Though they am Ben Nigerian technical assistant, ko hamne daf de ñew come forward mu ne man dama bëgg ngeen ma taxaw as a candidate pour ngeen votal du dé am ana kena ñew vice chancellor bi or the staff ñen fofu ñu identify ñu ko ko ya fi c'est yow neexal fini waaye ñoom seen boppa there is nobody ko xamne mo ñewal bopam ñene yes it's true ñene ñoo xamne vice chancellor mo de identify ne la kay nga li so jëlé for instance School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences okay kooku noonu anatomy la def and so on so bu moo ñëw mu ngi fekk kële ne le ku fa nekkoon dafa feebaroon mu dem and so on so they needed a senior person as of professional rank te moo fa gënoon senior as the full-time staff so vice chancellor bi identify ko pour mu nekk fa as the and ñeneen ñi they did not have any problem
with that so balaa may ñëw si suma gaay rek so there are some issues in the university of course admit some so ñu bari lu ñu waxoon moo nekk ne if we have some of these things I know you people are working to tackle some of these problems but I mean some of these things people were asking why do we need to have other universities okay so léegi gis nañ we have another university start nañ but dañ start yaagut gis nañ ne there is a strike nit start nañ di wax ne waxoon nañ ko university benn lañ am mënuñ ko yóbbu so we have another two universities léegi staff start nañ di strike lan moo waraloon loolu xam naa they have their own management and everything you're the minister you know is it that you don't have money why they're not paid their performance allowances
let me explain here now what you said and then also what the Gambia College transformation so ñu mëna gëna understand
okay
ne xam nga at the end of the day du mbiri xaalis bi rek ak so te lii dafa gëna inequality one you said yes it is true management bi ñoo ameel di staff xaalis bi ñu leen waroon a fay this is the fact management di si boppa ñoom agree nañ ne dañ leen ameel waaw so ñu promission nañ leen fay de gaay di dok ko be pare ne fayuñ leen so bu gaay ñu oo leen ci ministre ñu leen dañ leen amel soo amee bor lii di fay la sadda waaw dang ko war a fay so léegi ñoom gaay drag their feet and be ñii ni staff yi last time approved my PS xam nga ñu waxaat leen ne ok on the 7th ngeen ñëw then I call the management here, then Sumuba you solve the problem. Unfortunately, now 1 week before that, after they decided to go ahead. Okay, they have a case, and I have to say that's the truth. Management in Yolan Amer Harris. The only thing is the approach they used. They could not have gone that far, based on the fact that what has being done for you said to some extent, okay. But thank God, after meeting them and that same 7 bunyan wahone, they will come, will have a meeting and we'll see how to address that. By that time, management be starting the fay. and so on and so forth. Okay, but parentami ñun bind nañ management wan leen ne we want an automated system. Xam nga bi bëggatuñ xaalis di jaar si counter loxo non automated system. Ba nga xam ne léegi su gaay di fay suñ fayee somebody rek then affaire si da ko deduct from source. So di nga ne xaalis bi dafa dem straight away. So don't need amel guy suma xaalis yii nii and then the guy di make noise. So, but we are able to address that, and that university is a game changer. Ñun duñ fi nekk as minister, but for people to understand. So, if we later, those who will be coming after us, that's the time people will understand that yes, it was a right decision. This is a university that is going to produce homegrown engineers. Is it normal for us to be in a country called the Gambia? Next year, we celebrate 60 years of independence, and Mununya produce one, not talking about two, but one homegrown engineer. Where have we, what have we done with our independence? Did we ask for independence just to come and be in this situation? As if the entire nation, the Kadem planet, Doga Delisi, Doga discovered nothing is done. And later there will be problem because this is a road network being infini. All you build, yet most of them, all these engineers, non-Gambians. And worst of all, we are not talking about engineers. Now, small laborers, non-Gambians. I don't know, sometimes, because we have a technical problem. Because, you see, now, you get left. Because loans, most of them are loans. I'm not grants. Millions of dollars. Boy, see, they got halis nona and so. Later, halis didn't be a halis. Hamba kotoile kana halis be get a few and so on. You see, because one, the problem is a system of containment. What do I mean by a system of containment? So lebe halis millions of dollars would you get between your Gambia, and you do not have engineers, you do not have technicians. You have to absorb this money. Halis be talks on banksini. Halis be dinner them. Imagine all of us at that level. Halis be you pay you. You couldn't receive that money. This is the system of containment that I'm talking about. Having a pool of manpower, well qualified. You have in the Halis be instead of new non-Gambians. New jolen this and millions la. New Halis be nyogu before mugena. Because all these technicians, for the road network and these constructions that are going, still at the University of Gambia with the millions we are talking about, and they are loans. The contractor, the consultant, yep, non-Gambians. Worst of all, now engineers, 95% of the laborers, non-Gambians. So, develop it. So nothing stays.
Capital flat.
Sometimes, yeah, I know, sometimes then you do dollar and so on. But it's as a result of this technical problem.
But this
we are saying,
so definitely, the resources. Do you think you are able to do it?
But we can have the resources. It's a strategy. And that's why I just give you an example. One, and you will allow me just to see, to tell you how things, if we really believe in the agenda with the vision, sooner or later, the money will come. Partners will come. And I will give you examples. One, just now with the transformation of GTTI into USET, University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology. Now with the World Bank, these are grants. That has now created an opportunity where we'll now build the USET campus in Brikama, behind Gambia College. End of this year, God willing, dinner pare. By the way, sobe yala nyanal lenyu, celebration of 60 years of independence. Because so it celebrates 60 years. Fonga am
to show something.
Din ko one. So lulu boka na silo hamne, din ko lini one. In February 2025 dinañ ko inaugurate waaye dina pare well before that ba pare equipment bi gisoon ngeen ko last time equipment yi ñu ngi around state of the art equipment lañ am so boobu benn la léegi ñu ngi leen di wax ñu wax di
when you say state of the art equipment, is it really state of the art? The meaning of state of the art?
Yes,
we've seen Gambia printing whatever. They say state of the art equipment, but that equipment is second hand. 1930 equipment is sitting there. We want state of the art.
I will not tell you.
Prof is a different guy, I believe.
Okay, but saying that, but the literal word of state of the art or the literal of state of the art, according to some people.
Yeah.
No, but luma wax ni bobu nonu thank God journalist yi man gis na student
we covered that.
waaw thank God man nu ma dee nii dama dee bëgg a journalist yi ñu ñëw ñoo nekk suma scrutinize waaw ñu scrutinize
moom la dégg bu journalist yi
waaw ma dee ne lu ngeen di gis bokk si so dem ne ñu gis ko ni si xotte ko si paquet so affaire si brand new lañ so ñu ngi toog di in fact dama xaloon na mere suma gars yi sama leen wan yow building si parengu sa equipment si aksi so normally it should have been the other way dafa teel a aksi then so ñu ko paaga moom kenn yusu ko
Okay.
xam nga because we're waiting for the building to be ready and so on so this is that's my advantage but remember this is not from the budget these are grants construction of that campus at Brikama and also the equipment the furniture yëpp grand la beneen xam nga gis ne ñu ngi am very fan of Tibet am nga ñu ngi promote loolu noonu each region to have a Tibet center not only these regional Tibet centers ñoo def ni multi-purpose Ndembaan gis ne last year lifin pare na operational na Kanilai boo xam ne for many years ñu ko doon wax and so on so very soon now guys they will start the lectures foofu noonu boobu tam pare na and so on then Mansa Kongo gis nañ foofu tamit pare na and so on and we will renovate later the one buñ am fii in Julangel and in URR ba pare ñu ngi build sobe yàlla by the end of this year early January dinañ the Tibet Center multi-purpose in CRR North boori Wasu in Wasu sax si boppam boobu tam dina pare multi-purpose in different areas and te boobu tamit jóge from the budget you see it's a Mercy Holland Foundation moom lañ approach and they're working with government ñu build ko everything and not only even the furniture ñoom ñoo ko provide you see it's vision and the determination people will come forward then you make it happen now either December or January most likely now the Tibet Center and this is very important more the agribusiness for the first time in the history of the Gambia to have a Tibet Center on agribusiness in CRR South okay in Pachar waaw ñun bu ñekkee xale yàgg nañ ci dégg jaxali Pachar ak sona so you get it point now dañoo dem bil foofu a Tibet Center
honorable minister kii mu ngi panique de
no right dina bàyyi di idea du Gambia
am na opposition si dinde bu nga fase yéen nag okay yaa no problem okay no problem let's go okay
bo area am na fu nga xam ne wala nga ñu si area am bu ngeen so
so Pachar waaw foofu noonu Tibet Center te boobu noonu for your info ñaari mbir la sax da nga pour wax leen affaire si soo amee vision nga am determination affaire si things will unfold right now I bugguma wat turi those people am nañ situation boo xam ne it is really unprecedented dañu am ñaari donos yoo xam ne ku nekkaa ngi xeex pour ñu bàyyee ko pour mu
that's a good news
mu tabax al ñu that Tibet Center ba pare tamit ñun duñ fay dara This is the, when I'm talking about, we are not taking from the budget. It's through our development partners. So in fact, last week I had to have a meeting. Boo xam ne xaloon naa tàng sax because naka la ñoo def pour xam nga because dañ bëgg a indi ñoom ñaar yëpp xam nga together but ku nekk da nga bëgg a jël di di trophy pour yóbbaale ko and so on and so forth so waaye ñun dañ bëgg a boole gaay yëpp ku nekk def lii kii def leneen waaye what is coming out is ku nekk da nga bëgg a ñu bàyyi la yëpp and so am na fu moo demee boo xam ne nañ ko bàyyee kenn ki den keneen ki ñu yóbbu ko feneen.
Okay.
So loolu mu ngi laa wan noonu.
Are those people Gambian donors?
No. So yeah, but then gis nga foofu noonu agri business la. And foofu dañoo def horticulture. So dañ def this rice cultivation because that's the rice basket of this country and so on and so forth. Then also dañ def poultry, animal husbandry and so on and so forth. But then also entrepreneurship and innovation dañ ko faa dugaale boole ale ba nga xam ne not only gars yi dañoo jàngal xale yi how to do and business out of lu ñu leen jàngal but the center itself dafa wane lu moo nuro because this center must be doing business di produce di jaay xaalis bi di ñëw pour mun a dundal di center. You cannot just depend on subvention and so on and so on. You cannot talk about, agriculture, but then you cannot feed yourself. So the center must be able to feed the people and so on. Pen and bimway, legi bobo in the combos now. Tibet Center on Fisheries. You am the river.
Yeah, I'm not
Gambia River. And then also Yangi am the Atlantic Ocean and so on and so. But do you know that we don't have many specialists in fisheries in this country? Do you know that from Banjul to Koina you cannot count 5 Gambians at master's level in fisheries from Banjul to Koina? At that level with minimum of a master's degree? You have a river that divides your country into two. So you decide to send 15 to 20 people. Send university studying from the University of the Gambia, BSc in biology, to go and study fisheries and marine science in Malawi and also in Turkey right now. So that of Malawi, Gambia government the fail guy from our own pockets. Investment. Then also some UTG graduates in economics and also in agriculture. For them to go and study agribusiness in Malawi and also Turkey. So through scholarship and then also we are also Gambia government is also giving them a stipend on that. So on top of that. So di nga gis ne dinañ ñu from a situation boo xay dëkk boo xam ne soo compté ñaar ñetta specialists in fisheries you cannot have. So now you move from 2 to 3 to now 15 to 20. And that's going to be a game changer. Now we're going to now build that Tibet Center also next year in the Combos here, Combo South. On fisheries, Tibet Centers of Excellence on fisheries, and is even some of we want them to be hubs, so that not only for the Gambians but some people within the sub-region, put agribusiness and also fisheries. So these are things. All these is not from the budget. And they are managed by USEP. Why did we do that and so on and so forth. Now, and you allow me a bit long, but I'm solo so that your viewers you wanna understand.
Yes.
Because now, so delay now now in fact recently we changed the leadership of USEP because World Bank consultant in fact little we have from the World Bank and so on, bunko use pour fake. Then buga lolu no ñu dugal ko si teaching and learning, not to be paying people salaries. So léegi nag moo tax ñu indi the technical assistants 18 professors and senior lecturers in engineering and entrepreneurship pour ñoom ñu ñëw ñooñu yëpp léegi ñoo nekk di vice chancellors, deputy vice chancellors, director of research and grants, and director of planning and quality assurance. ñoom together with ñu fa fekka ñoom ñooy nekk di new leadership ñooñu yëpp seen salaire Nigeria ñoo leen di fay. At least for a minimum of 2 years. So ñun léegi the minimum lu ñu doon am from the World Bank léegi dañ ko use now to buy equipment, to buy whatever and so on. This is the strategy that we put. So at least Nigeria assure nañu ne for 2 years they are the one paying their salaries. So ñun su 2 years yi jeexee maybe yow fekka ñëw nga nekk ministre maybe mun ngaa négocier pour ñu def extension pour gars yi lifi naa toogaat den léegi ñu kii den léegi na Gambia College dañ soo xoolee bu baax lu ñoo def mooy right now what do we have right now we have 2 education basket yaa ngi am Gambia College boo xam ne ñoom dañoo train from nursery to junior secondary that is their mandate from nursery to junior secondary loolu la ñoom la gaa yi di train then nga am the University of the Gambia ñoom ñooy train ay graduates who will teach at senior secondary school loolu moo fi xam moo am léegi ñun what are we saying about this transformation? We are saying now, look, Gambia College am nañ four schools. We want dañ bëgg a jël School of Nursing bu Gambia College and School of Public Health of Gambia College dañ ko bëgg a génne from Gambia College ñu yóbbu ko to UTG School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences ñoom ñu bokk foofu noonu because dañ bëgg a UTG Gambia in the Gambia when it comes to public universities and tertiary education, UTG mu nekk the only place boo xam ne when you want to get medical education, you go to one place.
You go to the university.
That is UTG. From certificate to PhD. When it comes to medical education, ñoom la. ñoom ñooy def nursing, public health, and pharmacy, and so on and so forth. They will be the one. Here is the ñoom. They will be the specialists. léegi tamit ñu ne Gambia College School of Agriculture dañ ko génnee foofu noonu ñu yóbbu ko UTG School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences so that when it comes to agriculture at that level so UTG will be the right place.
So léegi School of Education rek moo fa.
So léegi Gambia College dafa dese only School of Education. waaye léegi nag comme mu ngi dese School of Education UTG ñu ngi am School of Education tamit. ñu ne ñaari School of Education léegi dañoo jël UTG School of Education ñu move ko to Gambia College ñoom ñu maaj so Brikama nag léegi ñoom Gambia College now mu nekk now the University of Education the Gambia xam nga so nga xam ne ñoom léegi ñoom ñooy deal with education dañoo deal education from nursery to PhD ñoom rek ñooy def loolu noonu. But it means also the programs will talk to each other. And we are telling them now, to be able to now develop a situation for Hamne. I'll be an example, like nursery. We, right now, train some people at nursery, at ECD. So guy parade, you them study teach at nursery school level. So they were basically because then book of progress, then they decide to now go for higher training.
Oh dear.
You them decide to do PTC, equivalent of then PTC or HTC. You get the point? So they will guide them back to the system. Doing their work they teach at nursery school. Then you them teach at primary and junior secondary. But then you would have missed now that specialist in ECD. Ko hamne kukulon man so majele man I'm a full professor. Hamga. But so majele nga yobo man in a nursery school class, I'm going to fail.
Yeah, you're not going to perform, yeah.
I'm not going to perform
It's
there.
not your area.
Because you see how many they have.
It's a skill of its
There's
own.
a
Yeah, it's a
skill,
skill
yes.
of its
Yeah,
own.
I
And they
know.
just need to
You
do
want
that.
to from ne, how was you am this higher linear, you can be everywhere. Whereas this nursery school dafa meet pour teach xale yu ndaw yi dafa meet trop. Da nga need psychology. Da nga need to come down with your level nga nekk di fo ak guy. But nooy fo ak guy yang leen di jàngal. And so on. But so ñëwee ak somebody like Prof Gomez ñu bugga di ñangal di so you know
It doesn't work
xale yi
there.
ñoom they are not at that level.
Yes.
You know, you can deal with the adults and so on. So what the agenda is, now later in the transformation, also they will not only change it just by name, but even the curriculum will change and come up with new programs where you will now have maybe degree programs on ECD, where somebody will do nursery stuff and so on, up to that level. So what are we saying? The revolution that is unfolding later on will be, later you will have graduates teaching at nursery school level. They don't have to envy anybody who is at primary or junior secondary
or
school.
senior secondary.
Because senior secondary, because at the end of the day, they're all graduates. You get the point? And then later on also, plans will be maybe to now look at different model. Look at change the entry requirement. Go for quality, not for quantity. And then maybe allow people to finish. There's also another option. Finish their UTG degree. When you finish your academic degree training at UTG, you do BSc Mathematics or BA English. Then now you decide what do you want to be now. So if you want to be a teacher, then you come forward, do an entry exam. You sit an exam entry to go to this new University of Education, formerly Gambia College.
Yeah.
And then now you have different pathways. You can do a postgraduate where it will be some months or a year, but you just say postgraduate diploma. Okay, that helps you now to go out and be absorbed as a qualified teacher, or you go for a master's degree. Okay, and there you have two possibilities. You can do, if you want to do a 1-year master's degree, you go for the MPhil. And then now, without thesis, it means. Okay, then you come forward and you graduate as a graduate teacher, and then with your master's, with MPhil, just for 1 year. Or you go for 2 years, but you do, and in that situation, you do master's degree with thesis. These are people who later on can decide to go further to do their PhD. Okay? So these are the possibilities. But then now, it means also, now you are producing graduates. In the long run, we will have a situation, Bohamne, we will phase out this current system we have, that the certificate and the higher national diploma. Okay? They will phase out and you will just be getting only graduates within the system.
I understand.
That's the agenda. You will not be able to do it now.
Yeah.
But those coming afterwards,
in the
this is
future.
what is going to be what they're going to find as part of
This is the problem that you have when you have a professor. So, but thank you. I'll get back to you. Of course, the Honorable Minister regarding universities you have in New York and some of the problems that they University of the Gambia and also the protest problem. Admin, of course, the management within Amelon. Lamoneka reaction see all these things.
Well, a lot of information.
A whole lot of information.
Oh yeah, a lot of information. But again, you know what I want the viewers, I told them we have a super grand guest. And when he speaks, you know that's really a super grand guest. But again, I want to, like what you said earlier, just appreciate his coming.
Definitely.
It's always a difficult task to bring people to the show to talk to the Gambia. It's not about talking to us. We only ask the questions, we only bring the concerns that Gambians out there are raising to them to answer and, you know, to bring about clarity. But then for him to really accept and come freely with so much humility and giving us the information that we need, it's very, very, very commending, and we thank him for that.
Yes.
But then again, you know, okay, it's somebody that I know, right? But let's just try and stick to the issues. Now, for so long, we've not had a university, and then finally we had it. That's the UTG, right? And the only one. And in my view, like he had mentioned, next year we have 60 years of independence. I think, you know, it's a total failure that we can only boast of one university in a country. We could do better. We could have done better. And I think I'm encouraging that we try and strive to do better, which I believe in everything that he has said here. That's the trajectory. That's, you know, the route, you know, under his leadership they're trying to take. Now, one concern, like I always hear out there, in terms of, you know, it's good. I welcome the idea that they want to diversify, not only strictly UTG, but then diversify and have several schools. Again, they're the academician, you know, and they have their own strategies how to do it, and the reason why they think that strategy is going to work. I do not have the moral authority to question that strategy because I am not an expertise in that area. However, like the concerns people will always raise, specifically the UTG, you know, a lot of people are going to the UTG, right? They go a full course, you know, to whether it's the medical field or the agriculture, whichever area school that they go to, they graduate. We see the graduations happen in numbers, in masses. And now the question is, people believe that we have an issue of, we produce a quantity, but the quality is not there. That's a concern that is raised a lot or whatever. That's one. Now, two, we're trying to diversify, which is good. Like Buba had said, and people raised that question, oh, why are we opening other universities when the first one that we have is, you know, they don't have the resources that they need.
Yeah.
A lot of things have been clarified in my view. For me, I've gotten a lot of clarity that I will not ask that question. But for the purposes of the people that still keep asking, you understand, that is still a concern, and then they bring up that question. Now, resources are meager. Resources are meager. But for me, in my view and belief, I think it's a matter of priority. And I believe that education is one area that a lot of priority should be given. A lot of priority should be given. When it's budget session, and then you look at the National Assembly, you know, when they apportion all these budget lines, and you see what is given to education, you know from then that definitely this is something cannot fulfill what is required for the entire year. You can tell from the start that there is no way, because I mean, education requires investment, right? Education mo nekk loo xam ne loo ci dugal rek loolu nga génnee. Amount boo ci dugal rek loolu mooy nekk the dividends bi nga yield later. Waaye suñ jëlee xaalis boobu noonu ñu dugal ko yeneen other areas, and then ñu dugal fa lu ndaw expect ne loolu dañ ko am pour manage, fa naa ne moo dee indi problems yi. One thing also I want Professor to clarify, because we talked about the areas that warranted for the protests, yes. Right? The protests.
Performance, yeah.
Exactly, the protests. Yeah. I mean, for man, I welcome protests. It's okay. I don't see any reason, once there is a genuine reason, and it's beyond negotiation, or you've negotiated and you cannot get a resolution, you can protest, to manifest some disagreements, annoyance, or whatever. It's okay, they have a right to do it as staff. But now, man is like, okay, where is that money that they are due? Where was it supposed to be coming from? That they were not paid, and then those were areas for being eager for not even protesting. You know. And now the question is, has the strategies been put in place? Even though solve nañ okay, fay nañ leen or whatever, would the same issue not arise again? Because that's the reason why I'm asking, where is the money coming from? You know, is it money before you pay, or is it from the fees, the income that is being generated there, that those monies that fulfilling and they pay, or where is it coming from? Whether it's a subvention, be new management dealing because that is a problem.
Up to 3 months, I believe.
3 months area.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, lolu how na bagi tuti. So luta ñu all in lolu because so they can even solve this problem. Ndax duñ leen oyat another 3 months or 6 months because maybe the issue of the delayance or the lack of payment has not been sorted out. Be warrant lolu di wara hewat. So that is for man personally, it's really a concern. Now, the issue of this thing being a race, okay, concerns, okay, Gambians to control the university, or, you know, people are disgruntled because they're Gambians. And I think, okay, Prof has laid out the criteria, right, of how you become what, at what time, and you know, your competence level, your credentials, and everything else. And I think also, I don't know how well that is out there published for people to know it, readily see it, or do they have to go dig to find out and all that? I'm not sure. Maybe you can shed light on that. But I think also, come man, sumaron warane, okay, dama buga neka presidente. Madembe, because this one nenko bena time presidential election. Madembe time in nomination, right? And to allow for the IEC to tell me, oh, you have not brought this, you have not brought this, you have not brought this. I will not fault the IEC, I will fault myself. You understand? It's lack of irresponsibility. Because man mi buga, waron na ham, lima buga, lan la sohla pour maneko. Duma har be ñi dogal ñu sok ma wax ne dédé mënu loko ne. So lolu man suma responsibility la. And I see that also, comme niko Prof explain, lolu happen, a lack of understanding what it requires for them to be what they are. But instead they sit out there and disgruntle and complain, I am not, when you cannot, because of there's some certain things lacking. So for now, fofu nonu tamit war nañ ko seetaan. And lolu yep, it comes back to being honest to yourself first than to anybody else and the institution. But then I agree with Prof to say that when it comes to academics, right? It doesn't, this thing of let's support our own, I think we should go beyond that. Honestly, I don't think it needs to apply here, you know, because if our own cannot give what is needed for things to be, then our own cannot be supported at a point in time, right? I can support it when it comes to the business world, right? But when it comes to academics, it cannot be. Because if you want to do strictly on that, then we'll not be doing justice to our kids and our future generation. And it's a matter of who can deliver. It's a matter of competence. It's a matter of ku am ham-ham bi, ku am man-man bi, ku ko pare pour def. And that's no link and pour hall. So let's truly be honest and so you criticize, let mo am basis, mo am substance. You understand? But then there's one thing I wanted to clarify, Prof. In terms of the education, I know the RISE project, I saw this on the World Bank published some time back, some grants that they've given. This was actually this year, March 2024, the RISE project. World Bank provides what, 92.7 million. That's the true
dollars.
Yeah, okay. Dollars through the Gambia RISE project, you know, to enhance economic and educational outcomes. You had mentioned in your submission earlier on a World Bank component, right? So in all these projects that you have mentioned, the TVET, you know, the UTG or whatever, which areas fall under this grant that was given? Because I know about 20-something or whatever has already been given from it's a 5-year project. So just to bring clarity, you know, which side of these projects that has been implemented is on the pipeline and to be implemented falls under this money. I think I can just, okay. Because I think I asked a lot of questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Yeah, more of.
So that's why today I will violate, but I will let you answer the question, then I continue.
Yeah, thank you very much, Buba, and thank you very much, Nene. It's very, very important. The RISE project, Bo Jota explained, and by the way, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Mohans, has never, since its inception, received such an amount. More than money, but I made the vision. The gum, see, law, it will come. People will come and support. And I'm telling you, this is not from the budget. And more than money, when people were having, and this is to support. You said and other Tibet programs, and that money is one for basic and secondary education. Okay, they have a component on foundational learning. You also have part of that budget for for Nana, okay, and the other one now is on Tibet, because we went to Washington, and what I am telling you here, that's what I told them, and further, and I told them, go back to your archives. You need to, at a certain time, you need to look at how much have you been investing, and the youths are leaving this country. If those strategies have worked, we don't have this number of people going through the pathway. They have failed. So therefore, there's need to really change the way we do things. And one of the options is to use Tibet. You empower suñ xale xam-xam moo yore réew, métier moo yore réew. Waaw. So léegi suñ moo tax ñu ne leen léegi to come up get that funding. These Tibet centers on agribusiness and fisheries that we're going to have for the first time in our history. It will come from that. The funding, the construction, the equipment, and the furniture will come from that. Then we also, there will be also some small intervention at the Gambia College also, because we need to buy some equipment for their laboratories. Because you cannot be saying that you want to be a teacher, chemistry, biology, or physics. You see, at the end, it cannot be theoretical. For the student, the opportunity to be in the lab, the feeling, then we like the subject. So we will also buy some equipment also for them, for their laboratories, for the college. But the other thing also is we're going to have, for the first time, SIE fund. It's called Skills, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship Fund. SIE fund. For the first time from Mohas, Amusunkoa. And this is also not from the budget. It's based on the vision and also how we engage our partners. And then they will come. Then now, after doing, these ones have three components, three windows. You have window one that will now help the Tibet centers, both public and private, to support them, give them funds to support them so that they can now review their curricula for them to respond to the needs and aspirations of the industry. Because am na yenn programmes yoo xam ne ñu ngi jàngal xale yi suñ leen jàngalee ba pare su gaa yi génnee ñu dem to the job market, guy discover that they don't have the right skills. You need to retrain them, because where they're coming from, there's a mismatch. Yeah. So they need to now adjust, and we will give them support to do that. The second window will be also stipend, giving stipend to students in this Tibet. We are not talking about this one. We are not talking about the University of the Gambia or Gambia College or so. Just the Tibet component, the hands-on education. So then now they will get $400 per month. That's what we're going to. That's what they're going to use to pay for their tuition fees, and then also to take care of some of their feedings while on campus. Because our strategy is our Tibet centers, some of them the public ones. Tibet centers will have, apart from Kanifing, all our regional Tibet centers, public Tibet centers, will have dormitories.
Where do you stay?
Yes, they have dormitories. All of them have dormitories from here to Mbase. So that's the strategy. Okay. So we'll give them the $400 each for those who will be selected. The third one now is startups. Now those students who will be coming out from these centers, you need to also give them money to really support come up with their startups, and so that they can do business. And this is part of that those funds. And this is justified by this new drive now to open up and come up with new issues. So in essence, Nene, the objective is.
I'll get back to you for the other questions. Buba,
Mbafula ko naddo ko featale. Mbafula amna minister beaucoup de façon. So follow Mbafula the best minister. Because même bi je wala nyinti ko meta men kawan la dron wala fundita nan jang. Jammu dulala di dame alon ko pour kana mol men kete jo. Yana yeku molta yasine andi. Wom kuti mi alon ko kumar bag so nga honorable minister tentu ka jayi ay kuma kawon men fo jang malam fo banko mol ka moy bang fo bu ka moy bang I don't know men kumar slang mol yala kumo moy aya bi damen ana samba damen fo ita mo opposition lati bang fo mu ruling party lati bang bara banku dim le kawandi jang andon ay kacandi bake londo la karola pour wala be banko sambara nyaato banku na mal londi tiol so drong mbetla pintim pantana ñoko le kesete bola jabato bar ni nga londi tiol soto me alon ka fuko ibe koku ninto londo soto je dron wala mo koti me alon ka kumbada anu yake minister mendi ana planol men la nim fondin kewli ye muruta kan ye lamoy men be londi ñini wona wol fanani ye lamoy i manque politicianolti hanni kata politicianolti bari ye ke molti men yalon ko be londi ñini wona ni la moy ñu ko drong they will be honest to their self wala mu kaje ka fako nga londo ñini nga kafu ñoma nga londi keso soto mais alon ko wala be tamala kantu ni yajibe bake seno bi ni mal londi lu karam soto seno ibe sew do ko lekala isi tar do ko ke kayte na fa soto la ji isi batay man na fa soto ji bar ne londo soto seno ko no drong ibaje la ko ibala na le itanyanda mu ne sene nona ila seno anyante sambala min totole iba business la nyaadi le fo ñi londo soto ando ni na gambe jibe senelal jama bi je man karam kiling naful tiol men yalon ko nga nafulo soto jang im karam balol le mu ci man karam ike fan dund ku dolto o business olto asatare koy ma londo soto bara ko mo do nati jang ni ñi karam bu bal lo ke siato karamul yelo senola karola ñim silada dal la karola nawek la karola anything ni e karandala sinimuto mbe da halale kaje ka fako moy tare kunna abe kunna be murumurni na be murumurna e bajola ina be murumurna ati kontani nila ate fon fanante kontan so ñin mu kullati men yalon koy kumara bake professeur Black Kilim Fodja wolam ñinti ko ning atran ko be banko falina ita fula ka fo bawon dele tamu janti woto jang dia ko en delebe kala jang atra koy malo ndo soto ibe fantu la folo yewolo ndo soto niaje bata jama ben gandulalto komin ka ke badi ya koltin sa ke teri ya ko wala fereti je yemo ke permanent secretary ta affaire table yemo ke director te affaire table allo ndi table ay tar je dronga ay tar murmurna wote kese aki ku keno la o mansa kundala o dulato wala o ministry kono membi tala nyaato bar nimbe 40 ngalon ko ñini ñanta kala ni yake dron mo fon de soko soto no la mais alon ko ababon no le budje odo o dinkra ñin kama pour ka fondin kewlu ke susundi ye londo ñini ando ikanan na banko diya damma jibe bari ya jibe ko hani wandi banko diwlom nanata ko nalondo le be nyaadu yalon kala londo karabulu ni londo ñin soto je abedara nga chame daraje ngatara nyekeo ani nyemuso pour ka o bondi nyoto nyekeo ne nyemuso ke bondi nyoto kilo kala nyaadile ke bondi nyoto najira no le bije because expertise ni babul atele be mon karandi kanje nye sifa men nyanda tala bolon kono anyanta balula je ayo expertise so comme aka fisris la même fois najira no le dol bije wolle o karandula dol to inata ibe na nyim banko kanjam barde la banko di ma kesi asodo imaje gadino be kundam kunun ko le mbota je fispong membi je atiata tanti fispong nye kala kemelul wala kakije bari pong killing o fula wala nyaw soto ko man expertise soto mais alon ka foko e bo nyolu e be verify la ngadile ka fo nyin kilo mota le say nyin domu kewlati nyin domu musolati londo nyimbe da sarenje bar natar londi tiol bije o pongo bebe fala nyewla o dinkirato o tundola wol bebe na fala nyewla la so wala tinandi ka moke place to me alon ko londi tiolom wo kumata bake say ndela do ko jang biya be fiara bakele contanta bake parce que ye mole nati jambe alon ka foko bi fodi mbem balandere bara e ferol mel landi tel la département o kono wom kulati mbe dwa men kala jedro wolom nyindi ko ñi ndamata do ko kenola molle be akoto men be do ko la let them be honest kodi wo kodi nata e kana ladi fo la cadisical attitude kono na ko ñi kono ye lo ko ñi munna bankolati ye lo ka fo ñing aben samala ñi ngantole ñim be fero men do samalem ning hawjita dron man din ko ko e ko hawjintum abuka keke abuka yere keke o min but ninga ta from here mbe kafta ñoma nga londo ñini fondin kewlo be londo sodlale woto man sakunda la ministre fele jam mo makuru pen mo mala den ka kaw jang kere fatu jang
yenade
yalo ni bukana jang mo bina jande membe diam la imam kunoje ada be fenne fo kay telo man sakunda ma way iteto ministre item permanent secretary ite fo atel fon le nyanta jang kumandila because mo mulu wulo le ka jang jibe dol sa jibe life after dol ka jibe nana ini la permanent secretary me dol drop la fam ini la permanent secretary ngana kat nga kacha
yes definitely
ngini karo kumu ke ko wala bare ni te be la o blato ite manna dole bina la be tumi la jan na ye tumi jang e ma nana nga mune foye kabri o university electoral na jam nga mune foye ko ko minister fo nyanta na la jan andu momo din nata jan ni e man ka fo le minister nyanta dal minister of justice itale to daje
fana
na ena si jang luwala ku dol bi je ye bonde ñom mole ñoto banko diun kana tari luwa kono ibe puntum pantan na je me ke kolon imalo muna muy bulbati imalo muna muy marati ñi ministril fon ñanta kala bundal le ñanta kala banko diun ye karam bundati no kala don banko mol dobe wur kam ko mo dolata wurla na mi roy men tan la ñi diam tata ñame nim mem manke batar moti yetar sosoro la 15 drong yeke bala nata 15 ay kumo mem fo jang kumo tilinda adum to nyaba ko do
thank you so much Talib
so ñine be ko ñine kono
abarka baagi Talibo Ablay
Before you move to Ablay, I just wanted to ask, Professor, do you guys have a PR unit?
The ministry?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have a communication.
They have a communication
officer.
officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see you do a lot of posting on your social media, on the activities or whatever. But when it comes to engagements like this, I think they really need to do more of it, more of these. Because let's say a forum like this, you're speaking in Wolof, I can speak Wolof, Mandinka, other languages, and Lide House program, then could they def into audios, it goes viral. And these are information you're hamne. The woman sitting in Kabada should be able to listen to you and know what the ministry is doing. Then mu talk am yakar ne suma dom bi nek 5 years 10 years hejna bu demé be tolo at amna lu fa nek pour mom te xamna fan lay dem pour mu am ko. Ki nek wasu o koyna wara to ne ndekete education li yep ñu ko def kon amna yakar ne suma dom yi ni war nañu mëna janga instead of ñaka hope ne fiñ tok ni gësuñ fi school gësuñ fi skill center gësuñ ju dara ñun dal ni rek la so yakar amul. Waaye xam nga buñ ko xamé ñu dégg ko tamit dina instill a lot of hope, and I think that's the unit that should be able to do that and do a lot of media engagement. Not you, because you're the minister, you're the head, you cannot be everywhere. People may need you, you are out of the country or whatever, but when they drive strategies and do a lot of engagement and dissect these things in the simplest form, anybody can listen to it and understand it and appreciate it. I think it will do justice, because you've spoken a lot of things here that I mean,
yeah,
a lot man how
Minister of Agriculture mbe kumadlan sulati la jan Minister of Justice
akonyela ko atina on e akonya atina jang
Minister of Youth and Sport mbe sulati la jan
na fengetale jubo nañ mana mom
okay kon indi ko
am talk de ñu waxtaan mom he's my friend, he's my new friend now.
Kon indi ko
Ablay, go ahead.
Yes, because of time, Prof, it's good you on the show and to bring some clarification.
That's what it
is important.
That's for you.
You've said a lot. We cannot go back to all, but I would give one or two observations. They are not the best. It's a world where people would always have to have different opinions. For me, not many people would support that opinion, but I think it's a waste of money for even the university transport for adults. There is a reason, and I engage people that, ex-students, people that know me. You see, sometimes people demand for the wrong thing in this country. That's my feeling, and the students included. You're demanding for ease of transport and this and that, it's fine, it's good. But for me, I think, from a Lean Six Sigma perspective, process excellence, eliminating waste, if the government is giving $33 million, for example, to pay for your transport, when you finish university, how much is government creating for you in terms of job, and other avenues? For me, an adult should be able to have a way to go to Faraba, for example, and be in Faraba, and then go to school or take care of your transport. While the government creates a way from all this, employment opportunity is not something that I have had Prof say. That, okay, in the University of the Gambia, we have 1,000 people that graduate in this year, and the government is able to do this plan to absorb this number, because what university gives out or produces is this, and this is the plan. This is what our data has said. This is what our research has said about, okay, we have business and economics, we have this number of graduates. And then when they finish, this is what is going to happen. So for me, it's not a bad thing to do. It's good for optics in politics as well. Oh, now we even have transport. I agree. But people were in this country learning without bus. So I think the main focus of the ministry, in my opinion, would have been, how do we get them absorbed in the system when they finish? Instead of using the 33 for their transport. To me, that is not something that is very much a priority. That's one. Two, there is something I want Prof to do. He is in the position, and I believe he has a lot of influence. And by the way, most people, including people that could be critical of government, he probably will be one of the ministers that I met. I've met a lot of other ministers. But he's part of those people that many people reverie because of what he is doing. And I want to take the opportunity to say, okay, Prof, okay, continue, keep pushing. But you need to see how you go about bringing financial literacy in our system. I will tell you a case in point. You have somebody who is a director at ports. You retire. You are trained to be able to do work at ports, but you're not trained to manage your own money. And it means what happens is you're affecting the economy, because if you used to be going to Alvihai to buy $1,000 in the weekend, now you cannot even buy $250. That's bad for the economy. And one of the reasons is you have no understanding of money. Through your university, at ports, they send you to Malaysia, you don't know anything about financial literacy. So if you now finish, you are now sitting at home, your purchasing power drops. Some of them, you know what happens? They retire to start a business. That's the worst mistake. I'm talking from the finance, as a certified financial instructor. That's the worst mistake they have. Because you're starting a business that you don't know, and there is no power to support you. You retire to continue a business. Now, if you have a lot of financial literacy courses embedded in all these programs as general requirements, it will lessen the burden on government when it comes to employment. Because you can be an entrepreneur, yes. You can be an innovator, but financial literacy component is lacking. And a lot of discipline is not in you. So you become more or less a dependent, and you cannot boost the economy because, yes, you have 1 million, but how do you go about that 1 million? It's something that you don't know, because you are trained only to serve at ports, only to be of benefit to government, but not to yourself and your money. Now, if we have some of those courses introduced right from, let's say, 101, moving upward, it will, boost the quality of graduates, because they don't only have to knock on the government this thing. I was part of the show regarding this promotion and so on, when Dr. Giba and then Dr. Njai. What they said was, yes, the rules are there. I'm not defending them. I want it to be clear. The rules are there. But look at how they change the rules in the game, not before start of game. Okay, you have to just have this number of publications, you have to do this. Now, when you submit this, no. Now it has to be this. That was their argument. How valid that is, I cannot say, but that was their line of argument. And yes, we cannot encourage that. But anywhere that we think our people qualify, let them be priority. Anywhere they qualify, let them be priority. That's the truth. That helps, that really helps. UTG and many other universities that the ministry is coming up with is not bad. For me, what is bad is the Gambia government, through your ministry, is not championing the next game changer. You're still dealing Jawara time education system. That is my feeling. EduTech is $800 billion. That is online learning and stuff like that. Now, UTG does not respect online learning. I will tell you because I have experience. Why? That is the next big thing. Don't mind, if you want, go and build everywhere a school. People are going to leave those schools empty one day. Take it, it's a record. You know why? Because people are moving. If there is a research that tells you how much Gambia government loses in terms of hours, students leaving their offices, going to Faraba for things that they can just sit in their office and be able to do, you know that it's a waste. We are paying some people for doing nothing virtual. Now, UTG should champion that. Why? Because EduTech is 6% of 6% of the world's GDP. How much is Gambia ready to tap from that GDP? Virtually nothing. Why is UTG limited to only Gambians in the Gambia? And people who can travel from Tunisia to the Gambia? It should be a system where UTG can run courses at that standard, so that a Tunisian, a Libyan can actually learn, and then that is capital coming to Gambia. We have to move. But UTG don't, even if you study online, like people like me studying a lot of our things online. And they say, it is online. But they forgot that, in fact, whatever they're doing is online. Because even the emails that you're sending, they are online. Putin and Biden will decide what happens tomorrow online. This is it. But you have to grab that opportunity. It's a big opportunity, and it's a big industry. 800, this thing, 800 billion plus by 2030. That's the GDP, and the 6% of the world's GDP is the single largest, estimate of the GDP. But I'm not seeing Prof say that. I'm not saying they don't have the plans. No, but I think you should look into EduTech to see how you now get Gambians in the diaspora. We always celebrate, isn't it? Oh, there's 712 million US dollars. That's what they send this year. Fine and good. But you have a lot of Gambian professors that you cannot employ because you don't have the money. But they are using their expertise and knowledge, and it's only benefiting where they are. And then they are sending the 200, the 500 that they are sending. How do you create space for them so that they can be in Cardiff University lecturing, but they can still have content that Gambians can access and other people at a lesser cost?
Thank you.
And gives the University of the Gambia chance to self-finance. Because if you now have Gambia University opened up to the world over, you can do any course, anywhere you are. That much money that is coming would help the UTG also with some of these things. On the issue of the buses, it could have been, in my opinion, something that UTG can use to also generate income for themselves, if it is managed by them. But that would mean when you put these right systems in place. Again, I don't think it's realistic. And that is one of the reasons why sometimes we blame you a lot. You come up with things that are not realistic. $10 is, $20 is for a bus fare this place to that place just to have good political optics. It's not going to be sustainable. You cannot do it. That's the truth. Because we all know, some of us, that you are actually, for me, it's not for people to like the comment. No. Some of us pay a lot of money for certain useless things. And we are okay, but we will pay $20 and we will complain. And we are the students. Let's be realistic with the students. Let them understand that there are going to be challenges. $20 cannot be something that even GTSC can actually sustain. I can tell you in the long run. It cannot. How many students are we talking about? And how many buses? So for me, if it were me, I'm going to say, you know what? Let's scrap this. Get this started to something else. And then let's see how we go about it. And then let's introduce a certain percentage of online education. One, a lot of UTG students, there are certain things, digital literacy, that some come for help. UTG, university, there are basic things that you cannot do. I want to have a Google meeting. I cannot even go about it. These are basic things. So online learning, and encourages you and improves you in those areas without even going to school, because you need to do it. So you have to learn how to do it. So it comes with a whole lot of things. Independence in thinking. There is a lot that you have there that the teacher cannot say. Allow me. Allow me. Professor, you know, when you go to class as a teacher, you plan, you want to give this information. Sometimes after the lecture, you remember, oh, I forgot to say this.
That's right.
In online education, that is a game changer, because everything now is there. Even if you miss it, easily students can get it, and they can get it repeatedly. These are the beauties. And we want the University of the Gambia also to be having money coming from US to University of the Gambia. Our professors there to be able to launch courses, and then people benefit. University gets a percentage, they get something. So these are the things that would help sustain you. I don't know if it is part of your sustainable financing of higher education, but I think these are some of the things. The last thing is, which I have personal experience, is the accreditation. When former president was there, former vice president, Badaraju, we were part of the legacy students, and we were part of the student, representatives council with Jawa and others. This new law now came. If you want to get a school, degree awarding or non-degree awarding, foreigners, non-foreigners, there are different charges. For example, you pay 250,000 Gambian dollars, non-refundable, if you want to have a non-degree awarding institution. And the process is long. Also, the price is big. You are looking at it from this point because we have the experience. So some people who come and invest, they don't have the money, the liquidity, and it means students will pay, they will take their money, or those are things. But I think that is something you need to revisit, because it is not business friendly. It is not economic friendly for so many reasons, though the program is not for that. But these are some of the little observations. But by the look of things, Gambians perceive you to be a very good minister. And I like one thing, which I would say, is no matter how you are, if you don't speak the truth to me personally, I have problems with you. That's my problem. That's why most people say, you shout. No, that's nature in me, and I accept. But see, when you don't speak the truth, you see, you were accepting things that this happened. That is legacy. That way, even if you now say a lie tomorrow, me, I'll believe. Because they are Prof at this and this. But if now you say 1, 2, even if you say Quran, I'll say forget Quran from a Muslim school.
Appreciated by
so we appreciate you, and this is it. But these are some of our little. They are not perfect.
Thank you so much. MC, I'll get back to you now. Finally, you answer all the questions.
foog naa ne honorable minister ku honest la.
Yeah, definitely.
dafa jafe trop si state minister. moo tax tam soo jox nit liggéey war ngaa mun a xool.
soo leen ñëwee leen ko mën de.
kan ngaa jox liggéey.
te bu ko xool si politique. I think it's not recommendation policy.
No, xam nga dina welcome professor, because professor is not in politics. waaye su fekkee ne beneen minister la by this time now nen.
Professors appreciate it. Definitely.
so lu ma gis mooy nit ki soo ko dee appoint liggéey li si ëpp sax politique bi da nga ko si xaw a génne. wax na ba pare waxul dara si politique.
Yes, definitely.
lu mu wax yëpp mooy liggéeyam la wax. xam nga éducation kay waru koo caaxaane. soo xoolee level of university bi. naka la ko bilee. wala balaa nga egg si university di foundation bi moo gën a am solo. ba tey maa waxee ni Gambia amul minister of basic and secondary education.
He is overseeing the ministry.
ba tey amul ministre. mënuma fàtte ko kañ la Gambie ba last week la gars yi génne grade 9 resource la doon génn. school even for almost 2 weeks. te ñun suñ time da nga am sa grade 9 resource for almost 4 weeks or 1 month sa parents yaa ngi daw dem uti school uniform file yëpp yaa ngi ko struggle but school even na sax grade 9 resource génnut. te education du only university but foundation bi nga war a doore. foofu si baaxul si kaw dafa nekk problème comme la kii di wax ni even digital amee pour ñu opérer sa problème la lu ko war a because foundation bi baaxut but as a government li mu war a gën a focus mooy éducation waru koo caaxaan dafa war a nekk number one priority si réew because réew jànga ak métier moo koy yóbbu te honorable ministre wax na ko fii te ñu liggéey suñu yoon yi si ëpp yëpp nekkul doomi réew mi soo demee tey amee te soo demoon tey si tànjee fii suñu lemoon seen loxo yi tey ëllëg jën du am Gambie
ñu di seetlu Tabaski rek
waaw
su ñëpp demee julli ji
te loolu yëpp ay métiers yoo xam ne tey ministre yi comme ni ko kii waxee Talibou ministre of fishery war naa mën a ñëw fii waxtaan because tey lii mooy yóbbu réew boo soo xoolee honorable ministre erreur yu wax noonu yëpp kenn bañu ko Talibou nga ne tey opposition bi nii doole waaye nit ki tam bu nga yokkute sa réew because waxu dara mbiri politique boo si mbiri éducation la suma doom suma jarbaa ñu système bi bon ñaata soo xoolee grade naa ressources yi xoolal bu mu génn naka la mer naka la pooye bon tey nga xool di permanent secretary state minister si kan moo yóbbu sa doom si government school kan benn la soo compté benn bala ngaa compté keneen soo na ngay xamee ne government school la mu ngay demal demut because ministre yi nekkul yóbbu seen doom yi si school yooyu
Most of them.
most of them
I think he's the only one.
Wow.
most of them
Yeah, I think moom dama mu ngi dem
waaw so loolu léegi lu dafa grave because tey sa doom yi war naa mën a xam school ngay nekk
public school, I mean.
because soo xoolee yëpp private school la ngay nekk seen doom yi fu la nekk soo nan ngay mën a xamee la government school la mu ngi la am na ay materials even textbook sa problème la right now amut so suñu waxee ne nguur bi ni ngay prioritize education man du ma nangu loolu bu ko fu mu war a dooree mooy at the foundation néeg soo ko liggéey sa foundation yi dafa war a baax mooy yàgg bon problème ministre wax na fi programme si bëri wax na fi ay grant si bëri wax na ko bon grant yooyu su ñëwee léegi nu ngi ko implémenté mooy problème bi bu ko gisee fi doon kickback su dee am projet bu war a pare benn 6 months mu jël ay 5 years
school lo ala mewol diwtije Charles Diaw
ça yooyu yëpp
Charles Diaw
Abraga on the
private school
private school
ale school lo kem se school lo no du man daraje boy no yalo foga political du man de ma do Sénégal ne
ale ko mari na fan fe dingol be imang si pour kata Charles Diaw
man dakara
imang si pour kata Charles Diaw
Akoy ben nursery school.
di be nursery school be Charles Diaw no nursery school be jere Charles Diaw di jere de la alo
so bobo iron ka ji
so ron na
xam nga mo Allah kan su la hani kilin ding tije te ding tije fa ko
man sama doom ngi government school la nekk
So public school.
waaw so man wax mooy Charles Diaw country school la
no continuous la left feeling la
so la ñu understand
la distract
waaw loolu dama nangu loolu sax wala fu ma bëgg ñu understand mooy éducation yi Gambia kenn waru koo caaxaane whether yaa ngi si opposition bi o yaa ngi si ruling party whatever lu gën a am solo even nee na wax na ko fi budget bu nga xam ne tey ñu ngi ko allocate for Minister of Education assembly dañ ko war a xoolaat
Yes.
because subvention of $2 million ba njëriñ la am
Yeah, for the university, mom is very small.
université ba njëriñ la am léegi soo joxee université 2 millions jël sama school ñaata ngay jox gaay 500,000 loolu ba njëriñ la am so foog naa erreur yooyu gars yi dañ ko war a xoolaat bu baax mooy kii saa wax na mu ne mbiri boos yi moom nanguwul boos yi wala man dama gëm ne ñuy dem si school si université si ëppa seen famille yi background dafa métti and they struggle a lot.
You need more votes.
Wow, daf day
You
métti.
need more vote from them.
Wow.
That's why you are doing this.
Go ahead, bro. See, go ahead. Amuñ time. Time again.
Am na waa ñëwee am nga boo ko.
yaa ngi campagne.
Ak amoon produit la. So léegi man nanguma loolu. Man sax government ne war a gën a yokk a boos. Xëy na fay bi $20 moom dafa ndaw. Because fuel dafa seer yooyu yëpp xam understanding ko. Boo tam wax na lu am solo mooy ñu graduate si université ñu ëpp amul liggéey. Itam government war na mën a xool moo tax man nga man affaire yi métier yi nii man dama ko support de. Gis nga government right now dañ war a door a build ay factories all the regions fu nekk si wàllum maçon carpenter lu nekk dañ ko di jàng waaye li problème bi nag suñ ko soo amee atelier sax ñun Gambie ñooy dem di jëli bagage from Dubai and Turkey nga bàyyi sa Gambie si fii problème mu dem tam jàng nga bële dem si ñun tam.
But let me say, I think that if the quality is there, you will prefer to get it here than to go all the way to Turkey. Because alcohol is going to be more expensive. So I think that the importance here is to do, like when you have this Tibet thing, you understand?
Yeah.
Get skilled people.
People who can train them.
That the standard is at par with everywhere else. So now the market will be there. People will be spoiled for choices. But if they do substandard, obviously, and then free governments will not buy it, and therefore I will choose to go and buy outside and bring it because that one is substandard. So I think we need to talk about the quality. You understand? Quality and at par with the ones that we go out to buy. If that is available, I see no reason why I'm going to leave here to go outside and buy. Go ahead.
A minute, just to clear. You see, in fact, for me, I believe there is quality, big time. I know people passionately that are doing great and by standards, because we have standards bureau and what's not. Standards have to be developed around all these things. And I think, as you said, before you have factories, you need to have the capacity, and that's what they're doing. We support that.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a problem with our regulation when it comes to trade, our business. If it is a policy that 70% of this is going to be produced here and is going to be what we will allow, only 30% is coming as import, then you can now see how you stimulate the market. But let's say, okay, quality and quality. Naturally, people have preference. You can be very beautiful woman, but somebody is because of the color. It's not about the quality. The attitude is there, but because you are not having that color, will not. So the policy aspect has to come. The regulation aspect has to come. So take a case, for instance, if you now say, okay, let's say we have a tissue paper company in this Gambia. We say, okay, we can only allow 30%, 70%. So if you bring 30%, it will not be sufficient. So naturally, people will buy. But if that is not there, then it's still a problem. Quality is not the issue. Sometimes it's preference.
Yes,
Again, the issue of bosses, for people, viewers to understand, what makes change in a family is not the subvention or the subsidiary that you give for the fare. It's after the education, what you now have as job. So that's where the government should concentrate on. Because this subvention, the $10, $20, it does not change the family status.
Okay.
What changes is after you graduate, now you have a job, it changes the family.
But if you don't get the education, how are you even going to talk about getting a job later?
You are getting the education.
How?
You are getting the education. Because
the justification is because Faraba is so far, right? Access to Faraba, it's a big issue. Now to remove that challenge, that's why they bring in the bosses and subvent. Because if they bring the bosses without subventing, now a trip to Faraba, I don't know how much is it. Maybe if it costs you $50 to go, $50 to come. How many people are going? It's more. How many people are going to afford that? On top of your school fees and everything else.
I don't rule that out. Okay, now let's think. I don't rule that out.
Because Faraba dafa sori. Pare tey wax naa ko fii ñu bari tey ni ngay liggéey ko man I even that online classes boobu man dama foog ne government bi da war a consider loolu because tam am na advantage at disadvantage because tam online classes mu ngaa jël bu bagage mu defal la mu la defal answer.
But MC, that is popular in the West. Online courses, it's a choice. You choose to go in class or you do online. You understand? But then there are measures to make sure that nobody is able to do that for you.
No, there are measures here.
Exactly. So that should not be.
Waaw léegi so online classes dafa important baax because soo xoolee ñu bari tey dañu bàyyi seen office yi bàyyi 10 o'clock 11 o'clock dem neen.
And then most of them they ñoo dem school. duñu dem liggéey.
bari na si liggéeykaay yi gis naa ñu bari.
Okay. I'm saying that because you time to look at this.
Waaw ko lu ma wax rek ma xam naa ne suma time bi gars yi dañ ko jël yi.
Sorry.
It's the environment. You cannot touch anything here. It's untouchable.
Okay. Anyway, Prof, you can respond to some of the questions. Nene, am na question bu mu laajte woon boo xam ne laaluloo si like xaalis boo xam ne ñu ko doon living seen allowance fan la nekk di jógee. Is it from your ministry or from the management seen booba? This about their protest, this performance allowance?
No, thank you very much. Yes, what happened is Hanga University will depend only on tuition fees to operate. A university doesn't function like that. Tuition fees, yes, is one of the revenues you guys have. But also, I'm a subvention, which is the second one. But also, they're supposed to do research, they're supposed to do consultancies. But then, an institution like you said, they are onto skills. How many they defar that stuff you guys did for WAEC and NAWEC rather. Pour send lini whole
scene
ñom dañ ñako lay defar. They have a fund for that. You better have when you tell what the share. They can get a lot of money out of that. Among other issues, they train electricians, they can do it. How about construction? They are into construction. You see? They're into many things you can because they also have a GPPA clearance to be given contracts to go and build many things and so on.
So they generate funds from that?
Yes, they have all those possibilities.
Okay.
And this is what we want to encourage. The new USET Java should lead to that. And, that takes us to what Ablai was saying about the resources and so on and so forth. And regarding the graduates and all those things. You see, the objective is to have a entrepreneurship embedded in the teaching. We are saying that curriculum should be reviewed. More USET, if you take the case of USET, do you know that every semester, yes, you have 3 main engineering programs: mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electronic engineering. But every semester, they have to take also, the students, courses on entrepreneurship. It's mandatory. It's not you wait until you graduate, then you hold 1 hour, lecture on entrepreneurship. No. For the 3 years, yep. Not only every year, every semester. Because you see, we are preparing them when they finish. And end of December, nobody would have finished by now. And the first batch would have completed for the first time in the history of the Gambia. So these people will come out with the mindset, yes, Solen employee, in her company, employ guy, and so they will be fine. But they are prepared to employ themselves. More tatamit, every time, every semester, they have to also go to for internship. Because they sign contracts with some companies. Explain what to expect and so on and so forth. So every year every semester and year they have to receive these students for internship. So they go for the practical aspect of it, to practice what they have learned and so on. That's what we are doing. And in fact, for UTG, part of the Farababanta project, one of the sub-component regarding the capacity building that help us to train some people at PhD level. But there's another component that help us to really get consultancy from University of Ibadan to come and review the UTG program. And their submission is also indicating that for the next for every program UTG, they need to also have entrepreneurship. UTG is yet to now go further to do the implementation of the recommendation. Dépense pour Ibadan, submit their report on that, and it's very clearly written. They review program to university. Whether you have science, whether you have technology, this thing, or you have arts and humanities and so on, danga wara def entrepreneurship. Lolu yeb dañ la jangal ne yo lo nekk di def ni. So pare bul nekk di xalaat ne government dañ ma wara employ. You see? And that will respond to what Ablai is talking about. You see that mindset. Because ñun dañ believe ne, and I've been saying it over and over, the many scholars, education must liberate the individual. Lola gum. And that's our mindset. Kini another Einstein, what about Einstein? Education is what will remain when everything is normal. So if you want to have something sustainable, you must invest in education. And this is something very, very fundamental. The bus transfer, I would really be very happy and encourage the student leadership to invite you guys and then a discussion on that, so that they can also hear from you people the way you think.
and different from ñoom nu ñoo xalaatee.
They'll watch this program.
And it will be good to have that conversation. Xam nga because university mooy place boo xam ne ku nekk da nga ala ku nekk mu ñëw xalaatam. And since it's an academic forum, environment, I will invite them to invite you guys. Ngeen wane tamit yeen seen own perspective. We have the reason why we went for that mooy you all know how it all started. Faraba and all that. And there was a lot of campaign against the move to Faraba and so on. Thank God, in fact, interestingly, it was from here, from Kerfatu, that I launched that call, that next week, in fact, because I came 1 week before that visit to Faraba, I used the medium, Kerfatu's medium, to launch that call to say that we are calling all the media houses for a press conference in Faraba, where after visiting everything, then the journalist will be the one now to speak to the people, Orbi and Orbi, to the Gambian people and the world, telling them what they have seen, whether there's this infrastructure is there, whether there's electricity, whether there's water, and so on and so forth. So, and then now that's what led to what happened. So, and it will be good to that. So, but the bus issue also was, but how were you able to transport this number? Alleviate the fears. And because that's what them even some parents, they, their minds were really, disturbed, let me put it that way. So, to calm them down, the government has to. Sometimes government is like what Hobbes said, that. Government is a leviathan. Sometimes government can come and hit very hard. That one, is very clear. But sometimes, I say hell. So, you are dealing with people. So sometimes, try to be flexible. And this, yes, we told them that to move to Faraba was irreversible. That one, no negotiation. But then also, for the most part of it, we decided to be a bit flexible. Now, bring in air-conditioned buses, asking them to pay that fare. They don't have it anywhere in the Gambia, okay? Even to go from Westfield to Lamin, they will not pay $10.
Yes, definitely.
But the rest of going up to Faraba to pay $10. But we told them also that this is not sustainable. Then could have temporarily, okay? For people to know that it is possible. Later on, this will phase out, okay? And later and gradually, before it phases out, we're going to now change the tariff. So they will not be paying only $10. What this will communicate at the right time. We inform them. Today, I told them some call to talk about increasing the number. I said, that will not be possible because we don't have that money. This is the ceiling. We are just helping. If ko hamne multa tela ñew pour duga ci boss and so on, mun na dem jël gele mu dem Faraba. Wow, but 33 million, we cannot go beyond that. That's the ceiling. So we'll continue doing that. Be the e-learning, you are talking to somebody ko hamne is a strong promoter of e-learning. For your info, when COVID hit, ñun dañu wax ñu dem toog suñ kër yi. Ñu toog. After 1 week, I came back, went to the then vice chancellor. Ma ne ko lii jëmut kër. If we do not do something, there will be fire on the mountain. Because how can you tell this? We have over 500 staff. Nga ne ñu dem toog kër. Students are not coming to school, and which means they will not pay. And end of month, you have to pay this. Where are you going to get the money from?
It will be very difficult.
So, we need to do something. What should we do? We need to invoke Plan B. Tell me exactly, what do you mean Plan B? Give us a solution. Online. Is it possible? Yes. Even the then director of IT said it's not possible. It's possible. My training tells me that it is possible, and we can demonstrate that it's possible. So finally, the event vice chancellor said, okay, well, we had someone a meeting. I explained that to the Senate. And we say, okay, if that is the case now, let's have a meeting where we do it online. Okay, we have a Senate meeting online. We use now the Google Suite. That's what we use. And then now it worked. And everybody noticed that it worked. From there now, we decided to use 2 classes of Honorable Dr. Ismail Sise at that time, his master's classes. We used that as examples. And they conducted and so on and so forth, tested, and it all worked. So he came and said, this is the clear demonstration. And there, it was, people you could attend the lectures, you see the lecturer. It's very clear. It was live, not recorded, something recorded. And then also you can intervene and so on and so forth. And then the lecture is recorded. You can even come back later and watch it and so on and so forth. We did that. But then later even we had issues with even internet.
That's what
Then now we engage the providers, internet providers, and now engage all the students to give us all their telephone lines and so on. We calibrated everything. They just send the right data. For your lectures was free. When you want to enter the lectures, the moment you are a registered student, you don't have any data problem. The data we were sending you is for your internet, for your research, personal research and so on. That's what we did. And without even additional funding. In fact, for your info, when we did that, some of our neighboring countries, they did not have that. Some, they closed until the following semester they resumed. Others, they decided to go ahead and then, wow, kujata am COVID. So, sula yala dimbale, nga wer, nga delusi, nga continue, nga feka gay, unfortunately, and they are so rest perfect. Then she more students and staff in other countries. We have had a staff who is currently doing her PhD in Kenya, right before Mungdodef Master's. Mom, the end of the second semester, sila gaidoga start to really do online. You see, when in natural work for us, within 3 weeks, we were able to roll it out. By the way, just for, I know time is up, but the issue now is we now trying to go further because we do not have a policy also on online education. Now we engage the Commonwealth e-learning in Canada. They got a consultant for us, and then now we develop the policy, and it is now done now, it is finalized now. So we will be sending it to cabinet for approval and so on and so forth. So that is done, and the textbooks for that MC was talking about. Yes, this has been a perennial issue. It surprised you that just some weeks ago that for the first time in the history of this country, for senior secondary schools, we were able to produce books authored by Gambians. I'm not talking about these novels and short stories, but chemistry, mathematics, biology, and so on. For the first time in the history of this country. Produced by Gambians and paid by the Gambian government through taxpayers' money, and also printed by the Gambian government printing department. That's what we've done. It's unprecedented. Yes, we should have done this long time ago, but better late than never. We're able to produce, and what we've done is not enough. And I agree. There are some that are yet to get, but printing is also, they are working on the other sets also. But they've already started the distribution. There's also another set of books that are coming. Also, government with the World Bank. These ones now, not produced, because we want to produce. The number of books you want to produce. Right now, printing the time and the resources to do it within the time frame. So these ones are currently being done. Amna yo hamne definitely go prepare and distributed to the schools. Amna yo hamne printing yung ko def right now. Amna yenen yo hamne nak through the World Bank, they are to be printed outside the Gambia. Okay? and they will also come. So because we believe that quality is very, very important. So the other thing also is maybe second to last point is the support of the graduates and so on. You see, this country right now, and also their contribution right now, if you take out from the system the UTG graduates, the system will collapse. You see, no matter what people say, and let me even Harvard, Yale, Oxford, Sorbonne, and so on, they all have their challenges. But our people, our homegrown here in I will always tease them, instead of saying from Banjul or so, I say from Budukakunda. They went to the United States of America, St. Mary's College of Maryland, UTG products, and they got in economics. They were part of the dean's list. You know, to get the dean's list, it means that at the end of the semester, of the year, you should be able to have a CGPA not less than 3.5. And they all came from the Gambia. That's one. Two, you also have products of UTG, because that one is economics. Products of UTG went to the United States of America in Ohio University. They finished with flying colors, masters in mathematics. Now in another university doing their PhD with fully funded scholarships and so on. This is what they are doing now, traveling the world. There was a time one of them was even in Holland, you know, attending conferences, you know. But they are products of UTG. I want to give last one because there are many. One of them is now working. He's a doctor, okay, MRC, UTG product. Went to Oxford, read mathematics, Oxford, finished with flying colors.
Prof, they are the time is up. Okay,
then I'm not
your
making
the third point.
Yeah,
they need to increase 5 minutes. Let them do it for that to be said. Because if we criticize,
so
we should be able to listen to.
The results. Yeah, I know we have a long way to go. That one is not what we would have loved to have. But this year's results are better than that of last year. Both the grade 9 and the grade 12 results. Okay, ñom ñoo tane what you have. Amna yo xamne sax so jëlé the past 10 years. This year's results are far better. But are we satisfied with that? We are not. But it is better than what we've been having for the past 10 years. This is the reality now. So it means maybe if continent things that of next year they are better than that of this year. It means that now the strategies are paying dividend. We'll have to really look at the whole issue. But the good thing, and I know Nene will be very, very happy, and all of us now should start looking at the data. What is happening now is the girl child has taken over. The female gender has now taken the leadership role. So you're now having more girl child, female gender in tertiary and high, in basic and secondary education, but also you are having a good number of them now performing, far better than the boys. So this is something that is good.
In the STEM areas as well.
Yeah, and even in the STEM area. You see, the one who came out first for the grade 12 is a female one. And gives them the grade 9 also, the number of females and so on and so forth. So, and this is something good. And me, I'm a gender, supporter. And I feel that because, you see, that is normal. I know some might not be very comfortable because they form the majority. You see? So it is normal for the majority to take the lead in that situation. The minority cannot lead the majority. And you see, for development to take place, and I will refer you to Sadauda's first wife, Lady Augusta Jawara, okay, who wrote in 19 72 a play called Rebellion, where he talks about gender empowerment and so on and so forth, and education of the girl child. And this is something that is being fulfilled. They are coming up. And I want to encourage all the parents to continue encouraging our children, the girl child, to come forward, because that's what is going to help sustainable development. You cannot have development when the majority is at the periphery. When you bring everybody together, and I know time is up, and that links me to the last one really, is, as you must have noticed, the Gambia government, because there are other things, but the Gambia government has decided to also, for the first time, to come up with a package, special package, for our brothers and sisters in the madrasa. You see,
yeah, I wanted to ask that, but yeah,
now to be given the opportunity to get one scholarship,
yes,
and to be given 100 scholarships is not much. Okay, we would have loved to give more than that, but at least for a start, that's what we want to do, and it's unprecedented. Yeah. But we want to go further. We are now conducting a study. In December, it will be done through the World Bank project, conducting a study to see how to integrate Tibet into the madrasa. Because what we want is our brothers and sisters, when they finish, for them not to be just an ustaz, okay, or an imam. We want them to be an imam, but also an engineer, to also be able to understand Arabic and also Islamic studies, but to be an electrician. Allah Babali. Imam Babali went to Libya and got the training, came back and worked as an electrician for the then GUC, now Nawek. I was in Oman. They have all these possibilities. Or in the Arab world, they all have that. Why not in the Gambia? So we need to open up. And the education system, the Republic calls for inclusivity. The Republic calls for their citizens, wherever you come from, no matter, whoever is your father and your mother, the religion that you practice, the region where you come from, the Republic comes for you and gives you support. Democracy must be complete. Democracy must be fulfilled when everybody is invited to that banquet, a banquet of development, a banquet of sustainable development.
This student loan scheme, is it for public and private universities?
Yes, yes. It will be all for public and private universities.
Thank you
so
so much.
That will be open to everybody. We are now in the hands of
Thank you so much.
I just want to say, encourage women to lead. We are leading in everything else, the education, getting the results. Allow us to be in leadership position. Allow us to the next president to be a woman, and you see the country how it's going to thrive. We can do it. We can do it.
I support that one.
We are it. Exactly.
Be a woman.
The minister has said it here. The women are the leaders. We are leading.
There is something, Buma. Time is finished.
No, we don't have time.
No, but it's very important.
No, we don't have
I'll tell you privately.
3 hours now.
Okay, all right. We're after. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Definitely. Kabri nga invite ko nga fanya programo start dula ate fangole en call kanyin ka time jumale and everything pour ka make sure ko ay tarajang ando anata wato la fana nga tentu ka je bake ko ka fanya men dong ntol manke minister la enemiti manke president la enemiti momo nata nga minde ala tembole dila mba nyinin kala le ya jabi imam min jabi no ya foko malong. This is the only thing that you are going to, because moment te kelendila jang, all of us are family here. Kabo Talibo, MC, Nene, all of us are family. So minister fana ni na ranke respect le because position le bibulu andung ndolle doko di la puri o doko ke Gambia dingol le employ. So be mo be encourage la ko prof ya ke nyame ngamira ni UDP man sa kundana reba maintain na le because a lot of Gambians wala ning APRC na no alliance wala ning GDC.
Ask them to comment. Say yes. They haven't said anything.
They should say yes. Alba maintain na le.
Why not?
Okay, MC is laughing.
MC yes or no?
No,
MC yes or no?
Thank you so much. Nga sponsor tenduke nga Kerfinder tenduke jaybake mbafale. Thank you so much. Na lafta korda sa daltaji nga LG fanan tendu anin suñu ker mbafale. Thank you so much. Charles Elvis Ngom, Mustafa Kamara, Sire Drame, Lamin Diallo, Mustafa Kamara ngebe tendu katara kameral anin masingol koma. Arjuma nala dembe ni ala kiditala. Bye bye.
Finder is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With CareFinder, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at CareFinder. With CareFinder, you are assured of a secure investment.